Woo! Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Lord have mercy. What did we just watch? What did we just witness, honey? What did we just witness? You know we got to talk about this. You know this. You know this. Y'all hit the like button. Please, please, please hit the like button as you come in. Shoes off. Loosen up your wigs. Get that bra strap off your shoulder. You know that thing will dig into us, child. We won't make it. We won't make it. Get comfortable. Get your sweet tea, your chicken wings, your skins, your peanuts, your popcorn, and let's sit down and talk about these people, honey. We got to talk about them. I need y'all to hit that like button, though, too, before you get too comfortable. Hit that like button, tear it out the frame. Tear it up. Tear that like button up, okay? And let's get into this here thing that we got going on, because we got a thing going on at the moment. Now, let me greet everybody who's in the room. Y'all know I'm not even comfortable talking until I greet folks. I was the last one to walk in. And y'all know how it goes. When you the last one, you greet everybody. You the last person walk in, holler at everybody. So let me do that as is the custom. All right, Mary Reeves, how you doing, girl? She was the first one in here. The beautiful Bianca Edwards is in the house. We got my good sis, the Lily, the red lipstick hustler, honey. Y'all better go follow my sis over on Instagram. Miss Sparkle in the house, our resident Mary Kay lady. Mame D, what's happening? Ooh, you say she just absolute minimum every time. You cold-blooded, girl. Tell us how you really feel. Hey, Kim Bird, what's happening? Miss Kaiser So say, hey, boo. Queen of Hearts KS, how you doing, girl? Good to see you. Good to see you. Miss MO1 is up in here. Hey, La Chanel. There go my baby sister. How you doing? How you doing? All right, Iron Butterfly in the house. What's happening? What's happening? Alita, you made it. Girl, y'all, Alita was shook up by this episode. I look up every so often. I got a text from Lita. I say, see, this episode is getting to her. Not your twins' mama. I know that's right. Hey, girl, I had texted you. I didn't know you was already in the chat. Okay, hey, Velda. What's up, girl? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Uh-oh, Vita is here from Denver. Hey, girl. Dora, how you doing? Hey, Auntie Eva. In Rose 33, girl, how you been? It's so good to see you. Hey, Cool Gamer, what's happening? Don D in the house. I know you in here to tell me something crazy every time. I'm ready too. Hey, Angie, what's up, girl? Miss Miami, Florida in the house. Yvette over here representing Birmingham, England. Good to see you. The beautiful and gorgeous Nisi Rose is in here. She says, happy Sunday, loves. Well, happy Sunday to you too. Uh-oh, y'all, Deborah here. We ready. We can talk when Deborah here. Now, where Debbie? Y'all know I be looking for Deborah and Debbie every Sunday. Hey, Allie from Miami. What's up? Dana Cutler. Hey, girl. What's going on, Miss Black and Yellow? DV. Hey there. God's anointed daughter. Good to see you. Vanessa Comagate. What's up, sis? Deborah Harris. Hey, girl. Learning to love myself. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. We love you. Happy to be happy. Glad you made it. All right, all right. Woo, child. Did I get everybody? Did I? Let me double check. No, I didn't. Hey, Rochelle, what's up, girl? L-E-L in the house. Somebody else finna tell me something crazy. I already know. Before I get going, there go Debbie. Y'all know once I see Deborah, I'm looking for Debbie, or vice versa. What's up, baby? Glad you made it. Okay. Did I get everybody? Let me look. I think I did, but y'all know what I'm gonna ask you, because I ask you every time. Anybody else that comes into the chat, there go Mama's baby. My peanut is here. Okay. Y'all tell my baby, hey, E. Davis, what's up? But y'all know the rules. If anybody makes it and I miss them, don't y'all miss them. Hey, Charles. I know that's right. From the UK, the show's not out till tomorrow, but looking forward to commentary. Well, I got you, boo. Hey, U.S. Army brat. I'm glad you made it, Bookie. Glad you made it. So listen. Y'all, I ain't even going to ask you what we watch, because we watch some foolishness. I think it's clear that we watched some foolishness. Did we not? And we got to pick all this apart. It's a lot going on. As a matter of fact, we got to talk about the coming attractions for next week, because I saw some more foolishness. Hey, my plum. Oh, she telling my peanut, hey. All right. Hey, Catherine Bennett, what's up, girl? So listen. Listen. First of all, hey, Mega Million. Every time I get ready to run my mouth, I see somebody else done popped in and I got to holler at. Okay, so listen. This episode had a lot of mess. And I'm going to just say this before I get to Ashley's storyline. I still don't believe it. I don't care. I still do not believe it. Okay, so now y'all can sue me, but I don't believe it. Oh, and let me do my disclaimer, honey, because y'all ain't gonna believe this. Listen, the people in the replay be way more vocal than y'all in the chat. I don't know how y'all let the people in the replay outdo y'all, you know, with commentary. Because my sister up in here, hey Marilyn, love you, boo. Because they be like giving me whole paragraphs of stuff. So let me just say this. This is just in response to some of the paragraphs that I have received. Just from the video with Buffy versus the Bastards alone. If you are somebody who is extremely sensitive and you have favorites and you feel like your favorites can't get joked on, this might be the wrong porch for you. Tell them why in the chat, ladies, because everybody can get it on the porch. Ain't that right? Like, ain't nobody safe on this porch. And I need to make that very clear. If I see an opportunity to clown your foolishness, I'm clowning it. I'm calling it out. If you lie, I'm talking about it. If your wig is sitting side saddle, I'm talking about it. If your fake booty is doing something strange, we're gonna talk about it. Like whatever happens, right, Niecy Rose, it's equal opportunity. If you know you sensitive, this might not be the porch for you because ain't nobody safe over here. Nobody. Honey, let me tell y'all how silly people are before we get to this show. Let me tell y'all how silly people are. They so silly. Now that video with Buffy versus the Bastards days ago, they come back days later watching the replay. I ain't mad. You know, if you watch it late, still watch it, hit the like button, give me a comment. I literally was on Buffy's side, other than the dog whistle she blew, and they was still mad because I made a joke about that lady voice. Baby, if you can't stand for your fave to be joked on, you might be on the wrong porch. Because I'm laughing at everybody. Nobody's safe over here. Lala say they be triggered, honey. So triggered. So triggered. Don't come over here with that. Lita say everybody gets it here on this porch. Everybody. Yes. Because everybody can get it on the porch. Tell them. Everybody gets it on the porch. Ain't nobody safe over here. It ain't safe. It ain't safe. Right, Deborah? I ain't got no favorites either, other than Nene. And matter of fact, I even got her. And Nene is hands down my favorite out of every housewife that has ever been a housewife, out of every reality TV person that has ever been on reality TV. Y'all know I love me some Lanithia Monique Leaks, and even she got it over on this porch. Right, Catherine, everybody can get it. I ain't playing no favorites. Once I take the safety off, anybody can get sniped, okay? You ain't miss nothing, sis. You bite. Right, I be on there, talk about it. Ain't nobody finna censor me. Like you take it either which way you want to take it. Just know everybody gets joked on, everybody gets laughed on. It ain't that serious. And on the real, if these people on these shows is that sensitive, that a joke is gonna break your world, baby, you in the wrong line of business, because people like me is gonna tell jokes, man. I want you to get over that. This is what I do. Right, Nisa? It's some sensitive business out here. Delightful by Design. How you doing, lovely? Good to have you here. Hello, and welcome. I don't remember seeing you, but you sure welcome. Nacho Twins mama say, hey, it ain't safe for the black or the white girls. Yeah, it ain't safe over here. It ain't. Thank you, Rob D to JD Rob. Click, click, boom. Thank you. Once the safety off, anybody can get popped. So please take that into consideration, before you take your shoes off, get your sweet tea and your chicken wings on this porch, because it can go either way. All right. Hey, DH. The only people we against 100% is dust devils. That's it. And we still don't condone lying on dust devils. That's why Giselle will always get this everlasting work. Okay. Hey, my love. There's my Kira. You late? You ain't late, baby. We just getting started. So listen. So where I jumped in was Wendy, Eddie, and them cheering. I think it was like Kids Day today. I think it was. PLEL said even YouTube not safe from getting dragged on the porch. And we on their platform dragging them. Sure do. You sure right, LEL. I drags the platform itself. So I be trying to figure out why anybody would come here and assume that just because they're your favorite, that they can't they can't get dragged or joked on. Because sometimes I'm just joking. It ain't that deep. Hey, Evolution 101. Thank you, boo. Hey, I ain't out to hurt nobody. But I'm out to laugh at everybody. Please know that. Don D say we just over here making obvious observations. can't be made. That's all I'm saying. That's all. I just want to make sure. Right. I just want to make sure everybody understand, because I love everybody. And I understand if everybody don't love me, but I still love you. Don't come here if you sensitive. Okay, it might not work out. Okay. I got to get something to drink, y'all. I got to take me a BC powder. This headache been working on me all day, but it is not finna stop me from talking about what went on this here show. So it was a cute little moment. Hey, Tracy, give me some juice. I got to take a BC powder. Thank you, babe. And bring me a water too. But Wendy, Eddie, and them children, it was just such a cute scene. I don't know what it is about seeing that little chocolate family that lifts my heart. Like I just don't know. And y'all, I love me some Eddie. I ain't gonna never call this man Idris. I still don't know what type of lead paint chips that Wendy was eating when she saw Idris looking at this man. But bless her heart. That's her husband. She's supposed to think he fine. If don't nobody think he fine, go Wendy, go. I'm not mad at it. But I love me some goddamn Eddie. Eddie be keeping it real, and he low key with it. Like he don't be putting on for no camera. Like he just be, keeping it a buck. So they out there, and they, they had like somebody training and working with the boys, and yeah, and that was cute. Getting them boys ready for athletics and stuff. And the children, yes, those children are so adorable. That little mama with her little chocolate self, she's just the cutest little old dumpling. Oh my goodness, she is straight up Granny Candy. So I already know her grandma crazy about her. But I digress. Cause see me, y'all know Nitra love the kids. So I really get wrapped up when I see the babies. I be like, oh, look at them, look at the little muffins. But anyway, a child, this little right here. So anyway, they sitting up there and everything, the children playing, little mama playing with them and everything. And so then she decides she gonna tell Eddie about the meeting with Peter or whatever. And it was so cute because she talking about your buddy. Eddie stopped her in her tracks, darling. Eddie say, that's your buddy, not my buddy. I guess he like, hey, ain't no beef, but I don't know that dude. That's your buddy. Okay. And I was so tickled. And so he was like, so how much money it's gonna take to get this done, man? And so when she said 1.6 million, he said 1.6 guinea. I died. I said, Eddie say bump English. We're gonna go back to Igbo on this one. I said, no, not 1.6 guinea or guinea D. Oh, go Eddie. I love me some Eddie. I was sitting there like, that's my dog. I'm still mad at them for lying on that boy. I am. But and not just because I like him, not just because, not just because of that. Because I'm mad at them for lying on Chris too. Don't get me wrong. Thank you. He said, hey, I was with him. I didn't like it. I ain't like it. Yeah, Eddie always gives you a deep cackle, like a belly laugh. He's all right. Like it's genuine, right? So she was like basically saying like she don't know whether she got the bandwidth for it or whatever like that. So he was like, I'm glad you getting to know your bandwidth, like basically checking her like, girl, you doing too much. You need to sit down. He said you was in the same position with On Ye with them candles, and production cut back to how she was struggling with that, didn't really know what she was doing, but wanted to be in business and be doing it. And I understand that. I have a habit of taking on too many projects sometimes. Those of you all who are like faithful, active members with the royal family, y'all know I'm the queen of taking on too much. So I get it. But Wendy do need to slow down. I'm with Eddie. Glad you start. I'm glad you get into your bandwidth. And he let her know. And she talking about, well, it's just about whether I'm going to do it or not. And I want your support if I'm going to do it or whatever like that. And it's nice that she told him, hey, Daddy, I need your support. But Eddie told her the truth. And baby, when I say he was dropping gems on her, and I hope she took it all in. Because Eddie said some real stuff to her. Eddie said, hey, I don't know if you can have it all. Who has it all? Like, in other words, you're trying to do a lot. You want to have everything, but at the end of the day, baby, you might not be able to have it all because who the hell has it all? It is real. So then she went to telling him about Ashley dance class. That boy say, TikTok, Ashley, I died. I said, so you mean to tell me everybody calling this girl TikTok Ashley, y'all gonna make me go get TikTok just to see what the hell Ashley is doing on this tickety talk? Lala say, I love how they communicate in their relationship, and Eddie keep it all the way real, but still supports her. That's what a man gonna do, if he's a man at all. Bianca say, not Lord of the Rings. Yes, that is her name on this porch. And she shall forever be known as the Lord of the Rings. Don't call her nothing else. That is her name over here. That is the Lord of the Rings. Forever. Forever over here. Uh-huh. Yeah, Rings jealous of everybody. Yeah, we will take Rings for short, but she is the Lord of the Rings. Kira say the fact that they all say that is hilarious. Mm-hmm. Eddie gave her a warning when it comes to him. I mean, I didn't take it as a warning. I did not take that as no warning. I took that as a married couple having a conversation, and him letting her know, you take it on so much that you not giving me the attention you supposed to give me. You not handling stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like you stretching yourself too thin. That's what that conversation sounded like to me. Y'all, please hit the like button, thumbs up. Somebody do a like count for me, because I think all us on YouTube, all us Black content creators, we need to just do a like count every so often to see if we actually getting support from the people that we up here entertaining. Now, I'm up here with a whole headache. Matter of fact, this ain't a regular headache. This is a 2 BC powder headache. Matter of fact, let me take my BCs while somebody get me a like count. You say Lord of the Rings gonna get back to her. I can't wait. Hey, when it does, she gonna be all right. But she is the Lord of the Rings. She is that. And I stand by it. Oh, we had 63 likes. And let me take my BC powders. Yeah, they had a genuine conversation. That was so sweet. I like it though. I like it because I think a lot of people don't know what it looks like for a healthy married couple. When people have a healthy and loving marriage, they don't know what it looks like, what those conversations look like. Now, that's what I believe. They do not know what those conversations look like. And just so you know, that's literally what a healthy marriage looks like when the husband and wife are having a conversation. That's all it is. Ain't nobody mad. Oh, a BC powder. Let me tell you, girl. See, a BC powder is the best thing the Lord ever let people create. It's for headaches. It's like a headache powder. Okay, it's aspirin and caffeine mixed together, and it's for fast pain relief because it's not in a pill form, so it breaks down in your body quicker. Like if you take it with a Coca-Cola, because the Coca-Cola got extra caffeine, it works faster. I don't have any Coke because I'm not really a soda drinker, but I'm taking BC so it'll stop my head from hurting. You say pause the live. Nah, I'm gonna just read comments until people do right by me, because I do right by everybody. Y'all know that. That's right. Let's get them likes up. Yeah, that's a healthy marriage. That is a beautiful thing. Hey, Pasiana, how you doing, beautiful girl? That's right. Keep liking the video. Hey, Nadia, what's up, girl? Jazzy, Eddie. She says Eddie, even when he disagrees, he doesn't cut her down. Right, because that's so loving. It's so loving. I love to see them. Oh, yeah. BC is good for body aches and your arthritis. Yes, it is. The BC's is wonderful. Ain't nothing like a BC powder. Y'all know I don't like to take nothing stronger than a BC. If you cut off my leg, give me a BC powder. That's right. When the pain keeps going, but you got to keep going. Yes, that's right. That was the commercial for BC. Girl, you took me back. Hey, in the case, Eddie is smooth. Is a smooth husband, tells it like it is. He does. Yes, girl. If you order it on Amazon, they'll bring it right to your house, because they might not have it at the stores in the UK. But if you order it on Amazon, they will bring BC powders to your house. You liked it immediately. Thank you, MJ. Hey, Nadia. She hollering at y'all mods. He does it with class. He does it with love. Essence Mayhew. You know what? I would kind of like to see that, just because I would like to see, what Giselle's rings would do if she had to see Monique in person. But I don't know. I just felt like they went after that family so particularly hard that I really didn't like how they handled them. And as much as I do love, and y'all know I love me some Monique, Monique ain't the most interesting. Now, when they start bothering her, when she snapped back at them, that'd be interesting. But like her regular life, because she's such a, she's a good mama, good housewife. I just feel like her life is so regular in that she really is handling her business. It ain't really, it's like when the people say move on, nothing to see here. It really don't be nothing to see until somebody bother her, and then y'all see what time it is. Yeah, even if you're in the bushes, like the video. Somebody give me a like count so we can move right along. Because we got to talk about what they said about TikTok Ashley and Robyn's aggression. Because I want to get into it, but I just don't want to be mistreated. I don't. I know I'm not one of the people come on YouTube and cuss people out, but I don't want to be mistreated. I don't. Dr. J1913, we love you. We're 94. Okay, I could talk. Say I like their relationship. She was a real housewife. Yes, absolutely. Real housewife. And see, essence, that's why they didn't like Monique. Because she was the epitome of a housewife. She was the epitome of a housewife. I love that. And I think that they didn't like that. And they didn't like the fact that they had their money. The fact that they really had that money, I think that's what pissed them people off. And that's why Andy, them producers, and them jealous, Team Yell and them was mad. Oh, Robyn was extremely aggressive, wasn't she? Thank y'all so much for the likes. I'm glad y'all came up with it a little bit. I appreciate that. You always got a few people that ain't going to participate, and that's cool. I ain't mad at it. I mean, I wish you wouldn't do that, but it's all right. Here it say, Robyn's aggression had my eyebrows raised. I'm telling you. But see, this is the thing. I want to know. Oh, you a new subscriber? Girl, welcome. Y'all tell Essence welcome. You know what? You blended right in. I didn't even realize you was new. Welcome, girl. But they don't ever like to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to Robyn and them, because of the complexion. You can say what you want to say. It's a complexion issue. Simple and plain. Robyn is ridiculous. She's a trifling hussy. I've been told y'all that. Say, is she on testosterone? That's Vera from In Living Color. You press the button. I appreciate it. Downtown. What's up? Thank you for welcoming my Essence up in here. Thank you for welcoming Essence. Not your twins, mama. Thank you for making sure you're doing what the royal family does. We welcome folks around here. I don't want nobody feeling like they're being tolerated. This ain't that type of porch. LEL say, I like how Wendy refuses to get hyped with Robyn. It makes Robyn look real stupid. Exactly. I love it. When I say I absolutely love Wendy keeping it classy, that works for me. That's right, La. Just like we in the church. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I just say that come from her messing with women. It must boost her. Oh, Lord have mercy. That's my child said that. Oh, my. Vanessa said, Robyn reminds me of Peppermint Patty on Charlie Brown. We just glad to have you. We make sure that everybody's welcome over here. And this is us every day. We silly, but we love folks. That's right. So, yeah, I thought that was interesting. I had to. I wasn't ready. You have to warn your mother. You could have texted me before you said that. Oh, my. Okay. Well, that's what the baby said. But anyway, so she was telling him about, Robyn's aggression and how she picked the fight with her for absolutely no reason and how messy it got. Yes, she did. Oh, Lord. Yes. See, I'm cackling. Y'all a mess all day, every day, girl. This is consistency. We like this every day. And then was talking about how she just, invited everybody, but actively did not invite her. So Eddie was like, oh, so it was like F your kids, basically. And that's what it was. And see, baby girl had texted me. Now, this she chose to text me. And I'm glad she did. But this she could have put in the chat. She put the bad stuff in the chat and then gonna text me the clean stuff. And then gonna say, she said that she believed Robyn made up that family fun day crap on the spot. And I believe so too. Because you could look at it and tell it wasn't no real planning. It wasn't no real planning in that. It wasn't put together right. It looked a mess, but we're going to get into that later. Nikkei say Monique and Chris Sammons are black excellence, rich and in love, raising a beautiful family in their 3 homes. Mm-hmm. That's right. I thought she had 4. That's right. Get in that reflection corner. Your auntie say get in the reflection corner. Hey, Britt Brett. Say Robyn asked Giselle after, was I good? Oh, y'all trying to raise my pressure. Oh, yes, Lord. Oh, Yeah, Eddie was definitely the MVP. He was. It definitely looked on the spot. Miss Thing had them plastic paper, them plastic. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Them tablecloths from the Dollar Tree on there. Them look like them. I done bought them Dollar Tree things before, them Dollar Tree tablecloths. And that's what that looked like. She didn't even have nothing weighing them down. She didn't have no bounce house for the kids. Like, she literally couldn't get nothing going but a sack and a rope. Hey, Charlene Edwards. Girl, I'm telling you, I try to keep up with them. The chat is something else. Help me watch them, Essence. You see how they behaving. You see this. So then they went to Robyn and her churn, and Juan come walking up like, y'all know, I know, and the Lord know. I don't believe Robyn stay. I don't believe Juan stay with them. I don't. I'm starting to believe that's the reason why Juan name ain't on that house. Juan don't stay there. Now I just believe that because Juan came walking up talking about what y'all doing. If he lived there, it looked like to me he would have known what the hell they was doing. Juan walked up like, oh, I just got here. I seen y'all day before yesterday. He would say she purely came up with that lame idea to try to be petty. Right. That's what she said. You read it, sis. You read what Britt Brett said. Alita said, yeah, that lazy heifer can't even plan an event for children. I used to throw the bomb parties. Y'all better ask my peanut. Baby, we had balloons filled with candy and money. We had bubblegum relays. I had cooked food. I had bought food. I had cakes from the store. I baked 3 and 4 cakes at the house. I had all type of nonsense going on. Liquor and the devil's lettuce for the grown people. And the children was having a ball. Right, the Baltimore Dollar Tree for Robyn. Yeah, she don't even know how to throw a party. Had all them pants talking about y'all grab something. Talk about low budget. Yes, God, she could have bought some stamps and did better than that. No, Juan don't stay at that house. Right. Rob him has the nerve to be playing an outside event when she already smelled like outside 7 times over. Fix it, Jesus. You say Juan pops in and out. He do. And do. Right. Why is Juan always pulling up? It's rarely a scene where Juan already. Y'all wrong for that, but he do be pulling up. He do. Juan be on the straight pull up game. Straight pull up. The life about design say he seemed like he didn't stay there. Thank you. Juan just roll up in there like, what y'all doing? That's like your cousin that show up all the time trying to see if you cooked yet. Oh my God. Say, was there food in the pans? I ain't see nobody eat. Child, I ain't see nobody eat either. I ain't see a soul go over there and dig in them pans. First of all, I think everybody know Robyn keep a dirty house. That's why they don't want nothing out them pans. They was probably scared she cooked it. Downtown say, wish I had a child. You knew, so I can come to your parties. Child, that was back in my glory days. I probably could still throw a good one with the bad knee, back, and hip, and the gout, But back then, baby, I used to be out there playing with the churn and all. It went down. Don D said, I bet it was raisin potato salad in one of them pans. Had to be. Say they got an agreement just like Ashley and Michael. Fake. No. Ashley and Michael is doing their thing in agreement. Robyn and Juan just agreeing to pretend to be with her for being on their show. I think Michael is pretending to get a divorce so he can keep his wife and not have to film with the rest of them Negroes. Now, that's what I think. I don't bit more believe that Ashley and Michael is getting a divorce than the Man in the Moon. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Don't none of that seem believable. It seems like bull crap. Straight bull crap. Say, yep, Rob gives white food. Yeah, something about it. Because, now listen, y'all know I'm silly, right? Y'all know I'm silly. So this shouldn't come as no surprise to nobody. Now, I got to make y'all see this picture. Because I had got a picture, ain't nothing wrong with a good old screenshot. I had grabbed a screenshot, or whatever you want to call this thing. Y'all friend, Rob Base, or y'all call her Rob him, Rob her, Rob whoever. And I got a picture of her in this confessional look, and I need y'all to explain why this legit look like a dude in a wig. Now, I understand, and I hate to say I understand after what Bishop Whitehead done with that commercial of his, but I understand why people say Mia is doodly, but why y'all be leaving Robyn out? Them just say, would anyone in the chat accept the plate from Robyn? Hell no. Alita say if she and Juan had a real relationship, they would have planned a date around his supposed root canal. That's what I said. He would have scheduled that root canal another day so he could be there with his woman and his children. DH say, where was the food or water at Robyn's event? You see, Karen was choking. Yes, wasn't no water. I ain't seen no libations now. Yeah, wasn't no liquid refreshment. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They saying that so Michael don't have to film with them people. Now, Colby, it might be mean, but how likely is it that that's true? You know, hey, Sharon Fono, I didn't see no coolers. She didn't come out with no coolers or nothing. Juan don't want nobody getting the wrong. I can't stand you. I was supposed to stop talking to you 10 years ago. So I'm cackling. I cannot. It's the truth, though. Hey, Latavia, what's up, boys? Listen, y'all is clowning, but for real now, back to this here. He walks up talking about what y'all doing. Now, this right here, and if somebody get mad at me, it's just going to be all right. Now, let me be very clear. I don't care who get mad. Some stuff, it just got to be said. Some things have to be said, and it is what it is. It is. Hold on. Because myself, I need to understand something. Hold on. You know what? At this point, I don't even care what it looked like. Because I was going to try to like make it a neat picture or whatever, but I don't even care how it looks. At this point, it's just got to go down. It has to happen. Hold on. I'm trying to center this up because I need y'all to explain to me what the hell this is. You know, I'm a good sport, but I need y'all to explain something to me. Okay, now let's share this screen. And I want y'all to make me understand what in the solemn hell this is. Look at that. Look at that. Is that not a dude in a wig? We got bustier cups for no reason that ain't on nobody's bosom. It's just wide across the front. The Adam's apple is showing. All that extra. Stop, Seanitra. Just shut up, Seanitra. I'm just saying. Everybody who want to call me a dude, which I'm not going to argue with you, I'm just saying don't leave her out. Okay, she say, do not pass me by. Don't pass her by. Real doodly. Extra. Thank you. It's giving Chi Rodriguez. It's definitely giving Chi Rodriguez. I don't know why, but it is what it is. Lala say, Juan ain't fooling me. He probably tells his real woman, baby, I'm doing this for us. Let me be the family man real quick. I'll be back. I don't even think he trying to be the family man. At this point, Lala, it's looking like you see I don't touch her on that screen other than that church pat he gave her on the shoulder last week. Lel say Robyn didn't bring water because she forgot she the only one that run on diesel. Oh my God. Can you let my headache get better before y'all start this mess? Oh my God. Yes, Lord. You say Robyn got a woman somewhere. Yeah, that neck is extra pointy. That's extra pointy. Brett say that's Giselle's husband. My Lord. Okay. Say she worked at Lips, the drag queen show. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with Lips. Lala say, what in the Ron Burgundy from Anchorman is going on with Rob him? I'm just saying. I sat there and looked at that confessional look where she thought, and you could tell she thought she ate. It's given trying to transition from male to female. Yes. Yeah, Juan show up to check on his churn, and he ought to, because that thing that thing that he got them churn with, she ain't clean. She ain't clean, and we know it. So anyway, the little baby tried Juan gonna tell his dad to use a world-class bench player. And And he threatened to whoop that baby behind. I said, all right, Juan, I see you might be a daddy for real, because he thought that little boy was finna cuss, which I thought that was hilarious. Because I'm sitting there like, hell, I thought he was finna cuss quiet as kept. So I'm glad the baby wasn't finna cuss, because that would have been, very unfortunate for him. Now, she told Juan what she did to Wendy. And I guess she tried to soft sell it to him. And he was like, oh, well, that's a compromise or whatever like that. I don't think Juan cared that much, but that's what she said. Now, Wendy, when they flash back to her, this is what Wendy got on my nerves. I love her family. I love her husband. Her children are adorable, but Wendy gets on my nerves. And the reason Wendy gets on my nerves, what the hell you mean that hurt your feelings? Why did that hurt your feelings? Why do you care? Like, is it me? Or is that something that you shouldn't care about? I personally cannot see me giving a good goddamn what Robyn and her unwashed behind said I was not invited to. Who cares? Who cares? And she telling Juan, well, I had every intention on inviting everybody until we got there. So you had intention on inviting everybody, and then after you tried to pick a fight with her and she wasn't really going, now you want to invite everybody but her. Girl, you picked that fight because you still mad about her clowning your unwashed behind last season. Take your L and go sit down, sir. Hey, Valley girl. Say his phones everything. He phones everything in with her. He does. You think Wendy was just talking? I hope Wendy was just talking, because I don't like the idea that she's saying that hurt her feelings. Kobe said, I'm sure the park bathroom was locked. You got to pee and have a friend play lookout and can't wash your hands. Oh, that's nasty. But I believe it. Essence say Juan probably signed a deal with Bravo, gag order, NDA or something, right? Or he might have been doing like J Mal did for Giselle for the Lord of the Rings. He might have just been like, look, I'm going to help you out where you can keep getting this check because I'm not finna give you nothing. And I could see Juan feeling that way after she done messed up his money. Now he earning money again. I don't feel like he should have to pay no child support until she pay him back his money. I'm sorry. Lala say exactly. Stop trying to be accepted by them people. They don't like you. They never liked you. And now they can finally show it. She better pick her chin up and keep it moving. Right. Ain't no way in hell I'd be sitting up crying because somebody with a dirt film on their skin don't like me. You out your rabbit a mind. DV say, y'all keep saying Robyn boring and need to go. But the way y'all been dragging her, what would you talk about in this chat? Oh, girl, I could talk about all them people forever. But since Vera from In Living Color is on there talking all deep, I'm going to talk about her. She shouldn't be there. Candy boring as hell on RHOA, and it don't stop me from talking about her either. It don't. And I done told you, ain't nobody safe. I don't care how dry y'all. Britt Brad say, I don't have kids, but no way someone taking my kids somewhere without me. Not only that, you know what I'm saying? If it's something where me and you is cool, and you say, Nitra, you don't feel good, I'll come get the babies. Girl, come get them. But if I know you got an issue with me, you just got through being aggressive with me, I just got through having to tell your big linebacker looking tail to sit down, why would I send my children over there with you? Why would I do it? Why? Yeah, he said, I agree with Peanut. Wendy don't give a darn. She don't. Y'all think she don't? Y'all think Wendy just saying that to be saying it on screen? Deborah said, y'all saw she didn't say a peep during that threesome talk. Ooh, see, y'all be going deep with me. I can't. Yeah, you know that's Vera from In Living Color. You said what we gonna talk about when she gone? The same thing we talked about before this season. Okay, DV. Now let me go ahead and let me defend my position. Did she give us anything to talk about last season? Did she give us anything to talk about the season before? Did she give us anything to talk about the season before that? See, Robyn gave us absolutely nothing back to back to back to back to back. And now this season, she ran around stirring up a bunch of mess, telling lies and popping crap. So now we talking about her. But make no mistake about it, we've been talking about this show way before this season. And it's the first season that Robyn actually showed up to work a little bit. Velda say Robyn was just tacky, excluding one person while they sat there. Yeah, but the baby says she think the girl made it up at the last minute. Hey, Stoner Gaming. And Butterfly say, well, Robyn sent her boys to an event with someone who don't like her. No. Hell no. That's why I was glad Karen said something. Even say Robyn brain don't work. It's no way you think it's normal to send kids with someone who don't like me. She thought she proved the point. Girl, look, she better get off them hormones. Robyn is soap scum walking. Lord, the head sniper has entered the chat. Leader say Vera DeMilo, that's who she is. Rob gonna be on with Andy tonight. I saw them saying that, I don't watch What Happens Live because I can't stand Andy. No, I cannot. I will not watch a man that can't put baking soda in his bath water without rocking up. Vanessa say Jim Carrey was a complete fool with Vera. I don't know. Jake from State Farm is a walking punchline. He sure is. Yes, he is. But listen, so that went on. She said hurt her feelings. Robyn tells Juan about the DM story or whatever with Giselle and them or whatever. Juan was just sitting there looking stupid, like he really didn't care. Eddie, when he heard about it, he didn't believe that crap, and you heard what he said. Oh, they trying to get Chris now. I guess he said, hell, them hoes was trying to get me. Now they trying to get Chris. Golly. DH say, I'm surprised Rob was able to get out of bed. Child. Listen, Juan already dragged her for being dirty. I ain't gonna drag her no more. Even say Karen gonna call it straight every time. They was wrong and got aggressive with Karen when she called it. Yeah, they want everybody to jump on a bandwagon. Stoner say, I would like to apologize for my transgressions about Nancy and MC Hammer. Child, ain't nobody studying that, bump that. I think that crap fake anyway. Unless I see a picture of her husband, I believe they lying. Essence say, I don't think Rob will be back. I sure hope not. But take Giselle with her. Vanessa say Ashley's son screams every time he near the Lord of the Rings. Wouldn't you? He look up that. Listen, let me tell you something. Children can see evil. Y'all know that, right? Y'all know that, don't you? Children are more sensitive than us, and they can pick up on your spirit. Ashley, little baby, every time he get next to the Lord of the Rings, you know what he see? He see that big burning eye that was in that movie, and him be scared. That is pure evil. That baby see Giselle and be shooketh. He can't help himself. It's not his fault. Hey, Janice. The others say Robyn trying to keep her job. She's scurrying around like a nut to get screen time. Exactly. And it's still not giving. It still ain't giving. Deborah say, ain't no way in hell I let my kids go to that event with anybody. Not unless Jesus himself came to pick them up on a cloud. DV say, I think y'all comments are funny, not complaining at all. Oh, I know, sis. I know. Don't mind me. Vanessa said, I noticed Ashley's son was cool when Candace talked to him right. Because Candace might be ignorant at times. She might paint her face up like a squirrel. The child probably think that's entertaining. But goddamn, Giselle walk up and it's pure evil. Okay? I think Rob was told to bring it this season and she was going to be demoted. They probably did. Yeah, cheering their animals. They can pick up on that evil. Yes. Yeah, that burning eye. Yeah, from the top of Mount Doom. Not from Mount Doom. Lord Sauron. That burning eye. The Precious, well, that's Michael Darby. Smeagol has absconded. He don't want to film with y'all. PLEL said, Dean had me crying with that reaction. That was hilarious. That baby is short. He can feel the heat coming from her undercarriage. Oh my. PLEL, take 45 seconds in the reflection corner. Go reflect on that. Not the heat from her undercarriage. Oh. Stoner Gavin said I would have ran around hollering seeing the Lord of the Rings. I know I would have too. Yes, children can sense evil. You can't fake it. You can't fool them. You smile all you want to. Them children don't see nothing but the devil and the pitchfork. That's why that baby hollering. Ashley baby said, get Grandma Willow and her rings of fire away from me. I'm scared. We don't blame you, Munchkin. We don't blame you. No, we can't blame that baby. You. Lord, Dr. J. She said, I'm tired of Candace Bird nest hell. I cannot with y'all. Say, do y'all think Karen was really sick or she wasn't feeling, or the people there? I think it might have been a little bit of both. I think it might have been a problem, and then it wasn't no water. Couldn't nobody give her no water, and she probably looked up and seen Rasputia and says, you know what? I don't want to go through this. I think it might have been both. Delightful. Hey, SFL. You say to the corner, LEL. That was cold. Wasn't it? Oh, no, that was hot because she said the heat from the undercarriage. She said hi, and Dean, and Dean said no and waved his hand at her. Dean was like, no. Dean said, Mama, get me away from this oven. LEL, take another 30 seconds. One more 30 seconds. I swear, y'all too rough. So then you got Robyn calling Candace on FaceTime and talking about, can you play auntie and get Wendy's kids? And so Candace so full of crap. She up here squealing like, "Ooh, that's so sweet," or whatever. Then she in her confessional talking about, man, I'm 99% sure Wendy gonna tell me to go to hell and tell Robyn to go to the hell underneath that one. I died. I said, I'm glad you know, but you should have told her straight up, girl, that is not finna work, and all the reasons why. But I guess she ain't a mama yet, so she don't quite know how to say it, or maybe she just don't want to stand up to Team Yellow because she don't want them coming after her again. I feel like after the way they did her last season, that should have been enough for her right then and there. But keeping it real is not what these girls do. Even say Dean been screaming at her since he was an infant. That's deep. Yes, since he been on the planet, he said, hell no. What up, Top Notch? Vanessa said, I agree with Seanitra. I think with Karen, it was both. Yeah. And then the heifer couldn't even offer a bottle of water because I ain't seen the igloo cooler nowhere. Candace knew the deal. Yeah, she knew it. Okay, but Brett, don't you just wish Candace would have told Robyn, girl, I'm not finna go to that girl with that. That's fake as hell. I would have respected that a little bit better, but I know that these girls ain't the realest. Like, that's just not who they are. They not gonna keep it a buck. And anybody who keep it too real around them, they gonna scream, holler, and cry like you trying to kill them. Delightful said, if I was Candace, I wouldn't ask Wendy something crazy like that. I wouldn't have. And I would have told her, girl, I'm not finna go to that girl with that mess. That sounds stupid as hell. And thank you. I thought I was right. And I would have told her straight up. First of all, if you don't like Wendy, if Wendy do something tomorrow, you gonna send your children over there to Wendy house? Or if somebody was getting aggressive, some manly woman was getting aggressive, talking about fighting with you, would you send your children over there? No. He say, because Dean, baby, we say Giselle look like Elf child. Dean actually see Elf when he see her. I would holler too. Man, look. I don't know, but Rings got that little baby shook up. Rings is dangerous. So then Karen is in the kitchen throwing out chicken, y'all. Now listen, this scene concerned me. Let me get in close to the microphone. I got to lower my voice because this is deep. Y'all, Karen was throwing away chicken because she said the doctor told her she was allergic to chicken. I said, Jesus, what kind of word? What happens when Black people start becoming allergic to chicken? What is we gonna do, y'all, if Black people start getting allergic to chicken? Oh, I was appalled. Y'all hit the like button. That thing messed me up. You is allergic to chicken. She talking about it's a traumatized bird, and I'm gonna take the trauma into me. And the doctor told her she was allergic to chicken. Chicken. Not your twins mom would say, stop it. She was throwing away chicken. Not taking it to somebody who could cook it and eat it. Putting it in the garbage, y'all. Ray could have ate that chicken. Why Ray can't have the chicken? Talking about Ray gonna have a fit. Ray shouldn't have to have a fit. Why you taking that man's chicken and putting it in the garbage? Now I like Karen, but Karen, you violating. Uncle Ray need to handle you, let you know you could go. You could get fired doing stuff like that. Delightful say I was deserved about her throwing away that chicken. Me too. How his meat is right now? You putting chicken in the garbage? You know how many people can't even afford to buy chicken? They got people threatening to make us eat bugs and stuff, and you throwing away the meat? PLEL say Karen pissed me off with that. I hope that was expired. Because no, ma'am, Karen, and chicken expensive these days too. It wasn't expired. You know that heifer ain't got no expired food in her kitchen. She could have cooked that chicken for Ray. Yeah. Ray ain't allergic to, thank you, Iron Butterfly. Ray ain't allergic to the chicken. And don't y'all be on the replay telling me allergic ain't no word. I know it ain't no word, but I'm saying it anyway. Ray ain't allergic to no chicken. Why is we throwing out the chicken? Excuse me. Lala say if I was Candace, I would have told Rob him to go to the nearest part of Hades. She could find. She knew she was being malicious. I would not have helped her in her petty behavior. No, me either. Yeah, your body changed with age, but Ray's body ain't changed to that. Karen was dead wrong. She ain't had no business doing that. Hey, Juan. Say I got at least 3 friends who just found out they're allergic to chicken. You see, this is some new stuff they coming up with. They want to tell us we're allergic to chicken so they can make us eat bugs. I'm not eating no bugs. They can go to hell. I mean that. They can go to the nearest hell. The nearest hell and check in. Yeah, what about Ray? She could have donated that to homeless people. Anybody could have got that chicken and cooked that chicken. Your frat brother went to the hospital because of it. So you think they putting something in the chicken to make people sick so they can make us quit eating it? Yeah, people starving everywhere and you throwing out meat. And just say if I become allergic to chicken, I'm gonna take Benadryl for the rest of my life. Girl, my body tried to get an allergy to crabs one time, and I would literally take 2 Benadryl and eat my crabs and take 2 more when I was done. And my body just gave up on the allergy. Like this Negro is not finna stop. Child, that's what she said. Yeah, she lost her man. I don't know. One say one of his frat brothers ended up in the hospital behind it. I'm telling this the new stuff that they trying to tell black folks. They want us to be allergic to chicken so they can make us eat crickets and worms and ish. I'm not doing it. It ain't her fault people poor. It ain't her fault they poor, but it show your fault for throwing out that meat when you could have gave it to them. I ain't like that. You say Robyn don't watch What Happened looking like a Halloween mask. I'm through. Yeah, she a country girl, but I mean, if they put something in the chicken to make people sick, you heard what Juan said. Miss Emma once said throwing all that good chicken in the trash. She could have gave it to a family in need if she ain't wanted it in the house. Thank you. I ain't understand that. Hey, Maybelline. Lala said, yes, you don't throw away no good chicken. Miss Karen, no ma'am. Yeah, that's a no. So if she allergic to chicken, what about the eggs, child? I don't know. Now, don't search me. This is the first I'm hearing about Negroes being allergic to chicken. This is my first time. Hey, Red Majestic Diva. You say that's a Karen move for real. That Karen tell her cousins in Virginia. I don't know. Whatever they putting in the meat might not be affecting them, but it's affecting her. Esther say, see, Karen knows what scenes are going to get clout at the reunion. Just like RHOP throwing out just Garcelle book. Yeah, because we're going to have to talk about this chicken situation. It ain't going nowhere. Valley Girl say monkeypox scare, not chicken. That's dirty. That's that dirty spot. Big Bird wings they talking about. Oh, okay. Don D said they claim chicken being turned out very quickly, too quick for some, and not to trust it. But I still eat. Yeah, I'm gonna still eat chicken. I'm gonna pray and eat it, and I think it's gonna be all right. I think it's something in the pesticide. It might be. You know, they always tampering with the food, trying to mess us up. Yeah, she was raised on a farm, but that don't mean you can't develop an allergy. And I'm hearing in the chat that this ain't the first black person this done happened to. It's just the first black person I heard about that was allergic to chicken. Scared the hell out of me. Hey, Miss Jersey Girl. Yeah, there is steroids in the chicken. There is. I don't know why she threw it away, calling it dirty bird. Because I ain't never in all my years heard of somebody being allergic to chicken. Yep. Are her new boobs allergic to? Y'all is killing me. Not the new boobs. Oh no. The baby said, y'all Negroes too touched about this chicken. You know your mama got a special relationship with chicken. You know this. Don't act like you don't know. I could have made me some dumplings. Girl, I could have cooked that stuff down and made a homemade pot pie. All that good meat. Mm-hmm. You said you was told you was allergic to the sun, but you go out in the sun daily. Well, my baby got photosensitivity too, but she don't catch fire, when she go out there. Okay? But listen, yeah, so she was talking to Raven on the phone, telling her about the chicken. Little Raven is so cute, y'all. Child Raven say she's starting a health kick, so she gonna have to start cooking. But her mama had the front on her, talking about she ain't got no pans. I'm like, you ain't had to do that, girl, like that, Karen. That wasn't right. But I thought that was real sweet. Thank you, DH. $9.99 for more BC powder. Yes. Thank you. This is the time to take BC. This is the time. Thank you so much for the super chat, and thank you for the support and the changalang for some BC powders, because y'all know a girl got to take them. I got to take them, okay? But yeah, she was talking about how proud she is of that baby, and that she was at the Met Gala and all that stuff. I think that's every mama. You want to see your kids do stuff and have milestones at a time when you couldn't have got it done. So it's so good to see your girls do that, especially your baby girls. Then we get to Ashley and her children. That's why I say this was the children episode. Then we get to Ashley and her children, and then Auntie and Afu stopped by, the publicist, but they really her friends, and she got the nanny there, and child, it's just a bit much. But anyway, so they talking about Michael, and I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't that dialed into this, but what I did get from this conversation with her girlfriend / publicist is that she basically like, we gonna put the statement out because I want him to be able to hold around in peace. That's what I got. I'm gonna put the statement out so that way if he's out, we ain't got to worry about people taking pictures of him and coming back. And we saw Michael with this person. We saw Michael with that person. We saw Michael with this person. We saw Michael with that person. So I understand it, but girl, you could have just said, rather than this fake divorce, listen, let my husband cheat in peace because I don't care. Now that's what she could have did. That's what she could have did, but she gonna stick with this 3-way story or whatever. And so she was talking about, how they loved each other and blase squaze and reading this fake statement or whatever, and production with all the little cut-ins and stuff of Michael shenanigans over the seasons. So then we get over to Robyn's mess, I guess, getting ready for this family fun foolishness, okay? Family fun foolishness. So Robyn sitting there, she's like, oh, if it's really about the kids, then she'll let them come or whatever. Giselle twins didn't show up or whatever like that. The big girl Grace came, but the babies didn't come. Mia and G talking to the children in the car. Now we got to talk about Mia with her foolishness. Hey, Sin City from NOLA. So they talking about, her childhood, and it started with the children thinking that the church was like a castle because it did look real nice and I guess like a more historical or whatever like that. So this is where she got on my nerves. Was where she talking about her photosensitivity. Yes, it's real bad. It's bad, Lily. When she was little, it was so bad, like she could be in the shade and still break out. It was real bad. But yeah, LEL. She was dragging her mama. I'm tired of her dragging her mama every chance she gets. It is disgusting. Right. She don't care what Smeagol doing. But this is the thing with Mia. So she's sitting there like, I've had positive women in my life. It's just so happened that my mama wasn't one of them. And it's like, why are you constantly saying stuff like that about your mama? Like, what's your problem, dog? And then she was talking about, me talking to my auntie helped me understand, and that when people have addiction and this and that, like you dragging your mama's addiction. This lady she not even an addict no more. Like Ashley mama was a whole addict, but we don't hear her dragging her mama every chance she get. Why you constantly dragging your mama? I'm sick of her. Hey, baby sis. Yeah, she's straight trash for dragging her mama. I ain't like that. Yeah, Mia does have a very funky spirit. Yes. Very disrespectful to her mother. Like your mama went through that. She survived it. Why you not just grateful that your mama survived it and you still got her? Like some of us don't have our mamas. Ian Rose says she just can't stop dragging her mom. I can't with her. It's disgusting. It is disgusting. Right, between her and Giselle, I don't know who's more disgusting, to be honest. I'm glad I was not the only one that caught that. Girl, we caught it. Mia make herself look bad every time she drag her mama. And you know what's messed up? She thinks she making her mama look bad, DB. She thinks she making her mama look bad, and she really making herself look like a whole fool. Right. Your mama clean now, but you steady dragging her through the mud. Goodbye. Vanessa say, yeah, she need to stop that. It ain't right. MJ, you say you miss your grandmama, auntie, and your mama. Same here. And you got a trash box like this, Edward James almost on here, trying to embarrass and shame this lady every chance she get. LEL said, I don't know what's going on behind closed doors, but I'm really starting to think these issues Mia got with her life in her head at this point. Yeah, they in her head. I think what it is, Hazeline, but LEL, what's going on is You got some people who like to be a victim. You know what I'm saying? That victimhood, it gives them a carte blanche. Like, as long as you make yourself a victim forever, you can misbehave, you can mistreat people, you can have a nasty attitude, you can tell lies, and everything is going to be laid off on, well, you know I'm a victim. Right. You say talk about your addiction issues. Now, somebody say this girl got addictions. Now, I ain't heard that one, Kara. I can't wait till that link go out because you got to tell me about that. You say Mia is fractured. I think she received such a payoff from being a victim that Miss Thing is afraid to abandon her victimhood, even if she got to make her mama a villain out of thin air. She using her mama to be relevant on the show. Yeah, I believe that. Lala say, crater face Cutler Mia irritates my soul with that. Leave your mother alone and let her be in recovery in peace. Yep, dragging her mama in front of them children. Sure is. Oh, yes, she lies a lot. She does. She does. But you got to look at it. It's like, I feel like she has received such a payoff from being evil that she ain't going to stop. Hey, Sheila. Definitely in her head. Okay, I can't wait because I got to hear about this. I didn't know they were saying she on that stuff. You say she definitely addicted to them injections. What? Y'all so bad. Addicted to plastics. That's something that's real now. That could happen. I got some words for Mia, Gizzard, Rob, and Football Head. Oh, Lord. Kara hot tonight. She finna get all of them together. Lily saying Mia said she was addicted to opioids, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, see, I don't know. Y'all know me. I'm careful. I ain't finna say nothing. They charging people for saying stuff without proof. Yep, she did. She embarrassed her mama all last season. Hey, Renee. If I recall, Mia also battled with addiction or something. That's what y'all saying. I didn't remember that. I didn't remember that part. Y'all know I be so careful these days. The people asking for millions of dollars for misinformation, so I'm careful. Okay, she wears victimhood like a cloak and it's ugly. Yep, just like that sweater she keep draping across her shoulders. LEL saying Gordon's reaction is telling too, because that man just smiling and waving like he really not paying her no mind while she rambling. That was the other thing. While she was talking, Gordon really didn't have a lot of amen for her. He was just letting her talk, and he was trying to keep, and to me, it's like he was trying to keep a pleasant face, but his face looked like he was real uncomfortable. Hey, Taby. Yeah, she was disorganized. Yeah, I don't like that. I just don't like how she do the mama. Mia need to get that woman that lived in the shoe her boot back. Ooh. Angie's back. Kira say, Auntie, there's a whole news segment where Mia talked about it. For real? Oh yeah, y'all got to refresh my memory. Y'all know I be nervous. No bull. I ain't got no $1 million. I ain't got a $500,000, $250,000. I ain't got an $1/8 none of that. DA say Mia starting to look like a duck from all them face injections. Yep. She was looking duckish last season. It was nasty last season. I think she went and got some extra injections because we was laughing about her face melting. But anyway, so that happened. And then everybody, I guess, was just heading to the event. Jackie, now this is the situation. Now this is the one I want y'all to pay attention to, because something is really going on. Something's really going on with this Jackie thing. Now, Jacqueline supposed to be her friend, but she said Jackie met Robyn out in California, and she was like, wait a minute, these are my friends. So I feel like, you say all that spandex? Uh-huh. Yep. But I feel like that's where the problem is going to begin with Jackie and her. Ooh, not crack like Fabergé. Dora, you say you miss your mama. You wish she was a girl. Same here. Same here. But this way I think it's finna go south with her and Jackie. Because did y'all catch that? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all caught that. Mia was like, wait a minute. These are my friends. I think the problem is going to begin and end where she sees Jackie trying to form relationships with these women outside of her instead of just being a friend of her. And I think I believe she's going to start to feel like my friend trying to use me as a come up. My friend trying to get her own spot on this show. That's what I think. I feel like Mia going to switch on Jackie because she was making her own connection. Yep. Okay, so I see the ones y'all caught that. I say, oh, so this is where it went sideways. This is where it started. Because I met her out in California. Mm-hmm. Yep. This is where the problem started, right here. This is where it all went sideways. Okay. And then it was interesting too when Mia went to talking about it. Well, Gordon asked her, Uncle G asked her about Candace, and she was like we're cool. Like I spoke to everybody, so maybe she included herself in everybody or whatever. Candace really ain't studying you, I don't believe. Candace got bigger fish to fry, fish with rings on, fish with eyeliner on, fish with big foreheads, fish that work at the W. She ain't got time to worry about you. He said, I'm glad Mia feel that way. Hopefully she can gatekeep. I don't like Jackie, team clear, Jason. Don't need another teammate. Yeah, we don't need another teammate. That's facts. Mia want to be the friend that is somebody and want Jackie below her. I think that might be part of it. And I think the other part of it is don't use me to get into a circle to come up. Like if you're my friend because you want to be here because you're my friend, be here because you're my friend. Don't try to use me for the come up. And I think that's how she's moving. I think that's why she's moving like she is with Jackie. And you know what else? She might be right. Because I done had two people now come to me to tell me that Jackie's sister is on YouTube, and I'm not finna say the name of no channel because it's none of my business, and do not type it in my chat. But that her sister's on YouTube going ham because Mia turned on her sister. And my thing is, what you going ham for unless y'all had a plan and now she done throw the monkey wrench in it? I'm just saying, I'm not buying what they're selling. Dora said Mia came on a talk show before being on RHOA and said she was addicted to opioids. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what y'all telling me because I didn't know that. Candace spoke to Mia to spite the Lord of the Rings. She is Lord of the Rings over here. I know I named her years back, but I'm retracting that name. She is not a Lord of the Rings because that lady went and pulled her neck up. Okay, she pulled it up like a brand new gym sock, and the only thing left is the rings. So she is the Lord of the Rings, or Rings for short, on the porch. From here on out, that is her new name, Rings. But yeah, so anyway, then Mia shaded the hell out of Robyn too. I felt like Mia was really running her flappers this episode. She said Robyn is pretty regular, so I wasn't expecting much. And then said her 13-year-old wasn't coming, and he had his own friends or whatever, and he wasn't here for it. And then said I should have listened to my 13-year-old. And then she had the nerve to ask the girl, "Is Juan here?" You know Juan wasn't there when you said it. You know that. Don D said, "Did y'all notice James almost tried it with some guy shade for once saying it's a mother and child?" Oh yes. Listen, it wasn't shade, it was facts. Now y'all know I don't do Mia. I don't like how she disrespect her mama. However, when she right, she right. Is it a family fun day or is it a mother and kids day? Because her friend showed up with her co-parents, so it would be a family. She showed up with her husband because it was a family. Hell, at this point, Robyn maybe didn't want Wendy there because she know Wendy would have showed up with her husband as a family. And her and Giselle and Ashley showed up. Team Yellow showed up with mama and kids. That's true. I caught that. Even said if you bring someone on the show, it's possible for them to get their own spot on the show, and you shouldn't have a problem with that. Yeah, you shouldn't have a problem with that if it happens organically, but maybe she felt like her friend was using her. Like, I don't know. We got to see what else happens with the rest of the season. But I'm just saying, I feel like if you walk into it and that's your plan, then that ain't organic and that ain't real. So I don't know. I'm going to wait. PLEL say my dislike for Jackie stems for her reaction to Wendy not being invited. I can already see where it's going, and she managed to get on that show. Yeah, her reaction was cool with it because she gave what she's giving me is I want to be accepted. Let me in. But you claim you supposed to be here as Mia friend. So why you dying and breaking your neck to be accepted by Vera DeMalo? What's the problem? Oh, you said she spent her wig money. Oh my. Alice said in that moment Mia was speaking facts. She sure was. Y'all know a broke clock is right twice a day. I ain't gotta like you to keep it real. Yeah, the only husband there was G. And Mia said that. She said, I don't mind sharing, but I guess G is the community husband. Hey, T-Bell. Ian Rose say that's the one thing Mia did not lie about. She didn't. She wasn't wrong. She was not wrong at all. Needs to say that's kind of what season 1 Wendy did, right? But they brought Wendy on as a cast member. This girl is literally there as Mia's friend. If she came in as a cast member, it's cringy to me when I see it, but it's still a little different. Deborah say, I feel bad for Mia's mama with her big old feet. Oh no. I feel bad for her mama too, because that lady don't seem like she want no trouble. Alice said, yeah, I was confused about why Jackie was there and not Wendy. Right. It's embarrassing because Juan should have been there. Should have. Yeah, it's giving social climber. Thank you. The term wouldn't come to my head, but that's surely what it was giving. Hey, Delicia. Definitely giving social climber. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like Mia, but when right is right, wrong is wrong. The baby say Juan don't want his woman thinking he playing house. Yeah, that's true. He said, tell me if I'm reaching, but I also think Giselle took a little interest in Jackie's ex-husband. Sure did. But I think that now what I picked up from that when Jackie walked up was that she was trying to make sure y'all getting a divorce right. Like she only wants to hear about people getting divorced. She is obsessed with divorce this whole season. She want to know that everybody getting divorced. Don't you make up with him? It was given like, I don't want you making up with him. I need you to go through this divorce. DH said, I thought Jackie's husband was there. She said he likes threesomes. They going through a divorce. She said that's her parenting partner now. Don D said, I wish Escala would came. She bring truth too. Yeah, she got all right. She came in a little ugly and then she got straight. Miss MO1 said that's probably why me and Jacqueline friendship busted up. Jacqueline coming on too strong. I caught your last comment at the bottom. Juan don't want Robyn and he's making it clear to everybody. Right, a scholar got a husband, so she couldn't be invited. That's true. They don't want no husbands. DV say Mia's treatment of her mom keep me from feeling sorry for her with this thing with Jackie. Right, I don't feel sorry for her with the thing with Jackie, but you know me, I'm gonna call it out. If I think I see it, I'm gonna call it. So now when Karen arrives, Jackie done showed up or whatever like that. Giselle, of course, like we just said, checking on the girl's divorce. And then this the thing with Robyn. Ashley's late, Candace this and that, and Wendy not invited. Why are you making a whole announcement about Wendy not being invited? Like it's so childish and strange. Like this girl really thinks she doing something by being nasty to this lady. Like, girl, do you realize nobody thinks that's cute? That's what I want to know. Do she really realize that nobody thinks it's cute? Except her friend. Rings. You say Jackie was sharing too much just for being a friend. Yes, she was. Because I'm telling you, she's trying to make herself a part of that group. And that's not cute. Lord of the Rings doesn't want to be the only one that's alone. Right. Kobe say, Mia getting tired of being invited to events at the park with no event party planners or refreshments. Mia say, y'all keep taking me outdoors. All this plastic on me gonna melt. Stop playing. Juan and Rob are roommates with the kids at this point. But are they roommates, KB? Do he stay there? Yeah, wasn't no balloons, wasn't no bounce house, wasn't no clown. They didn't even have Spider-Man throwing webs, nothing. Ooh, this girl. One of y'all aunties get her. Say, Rob him in that protective cup are so pressed. Sit down. Not the protective cup. La, go take 30 seconds. Shanika say, I hate to use the term, but Jackie is acting like a pick-me. She is definitely giving me pick-me-sha. She's giving me pick-me-sha. I'm not feeling it. I'm feeling it. Then Karen kept it real in the confessional, of course, about after Robyn's loud, boisterous, baritone announcement. Wendy's not invited. And I like that Karen kept it real in her confession. Like, girl, get out of here. You send your churn with somebody. Ain't nobody finna do that. So then Giselle shaded her friend. Oh, she laid back, ain't no direction, blah, blah, blah. They did this tied sack race. It was real dry. It was like y'all really jumping in sacks to get a scene. Then Karen started coughing, talking about something. Where's the CVS? I was dying. Because I believe she really, didn't feel that great after hopping around. Her brand new breast just bopping everywhere. Mia and her behind was bopping everywhere. It was serious. Now, see, why you had to go get Rasputia Lattimore? Talking about it wasn't no clown. Chareese was definitely there. I'm not sure why, but she was there. So anyway, that happened, and she talking about I need to take my Z-Pack. I ain't take my Z-Pack, and then had G walk her to her car. So they was like, why she doing that? And she didn't speak to you. And Chareese was like, she don't like me. And Robyn was like, she did that to get away from you. Robyn, it don't matter how much of that you do, baby. All your work is falling flat. I feel like Robyn is working overtime to try to give Chareese a storyline at Karen's expense. Karen don't want nothing to do with her at all. Karen don't want nothing to do with her. It ain't gonna happen. Then Giselle says she asked her why she was ignoring Chareese, and basically production played it. Karen didn't even respond to her. She was like, "Why you ignoring Chareese?" And Karen say, "Who?" And she asked her again, and she went to asking her about her children. Like, girl, we not even talking about that. So then Candace shows up, speak to everybody except Lord of the Rings. She even spoke to little Grace, And then Giselle talking about, Candace, you taking this too far. She not taking it too far. What you did was heinous and nasty. You lied on that man for no reason. You tried to make something out of nothing. You tried to put 10 on 20. And now she not talking to you, period, point blank. Talking about you taking this too far. Just tell him don't have private conversations with me. Girl, she ain't got to tell him nothing but that you tried to lie on him. And I'm sure he'll never speak to you again. But that was cute. That was cute to me, like, Giselle, oh, you taking this too far. How? How? Make it make sense. Now that's deep. If a man get a root canal to escape you, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's too much. Robyn better be careful before Karen get her replaced. I don't think Karen got that kind of pull. You think she do? She might. So then Chareese and Candace went to talking or whatever about, oh, you stormed out. Chareese is like the person that's really begging for camera time. She begging for a moment with anybody. And it just ain't working. And they had the little talk. And Candace was like, some people desperate enough to tell any kind of lie. They'll just say anything for attention. And it was funny how the camera gonna show Mia, and Mia did that hard swallow about them people making up lies for attention. Child, that thing took me out. And there wasn't much of a conversation, but it was cute enough. Dawn said, why Andy asked gonna watch what happened when her and Juan get married. She said, when got the season. Oh, it says it's not on this season. So in other words, no answer. Well, so Jackie is sexually fluid and Robyn's down for that. Do we really believe that Jackie is sexually fluid, or do we believe Jackie willing to say anything to try to fit in this group? Candace is not gonna be phony like you, Lord of the Rings. She ain't. Yeah, because I think that Mia see this girl like really trying to social climb at her expense, and it's like, you're not finna use me to come up on your own. Jackie is auditioning for Team Giselle, right? Alita said Giselle allowing that woman husband. Candace is not obligated to speak to her whatsoever. I wouldn't. Me either. At all. Did anyone hear what Juan said when Robyn said Chris may not want to be around the group? No, I didn't. What he said? They panned to Mia. That girl, when they panned to Mia, I was done. Child. You say spring, fall is when the wedding is, just like She by Sheree. Oh, she said that's what Sheree did to Garcelle on Beverly Hills. Well, Mia say she won't be doing it to her on Potomac. Grandma Willow thought she was on Shotters talking about Biggs. You're gone too far. Really? Y'all too much. Hey, Silver Diamond. Jackie trying to fix her position in the Green Eyed Bandit group, or at least pair with Robyn. Right. That's what she trying to do. She trying to parlay from Mia to one of the people that she think is most solid on the show. And Mia see the bull crap. Like, girl, you came here like you was going to have my back so I would have somebody in my corner. But real life, you just trying to get you a check. Rob said, well, we'll talk about it a lot on the season. He said, yeah, a lot of talk. Ooh. Oh, my. Jackie inconsistent. Because if she was fluid, then she still would have been either that man wasn't that what she said was a deal breaker. That's what I'm saying. She just saying anything. It ain't working. You say Sheree tried to do it, but it ain't work. It didn't. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't like him saying that, but I felt like he was just saying whatever she wanted to hear to get that conversation over with. I don't even think Juan believed that. Hey, the divine Miss M. Mia swallowed like she had a girl. Hey, it's a lot of Adam's apples on this show. That's all I'm saying. Jackie says she ain't want to do threesomes no more. Mia did the same thing with the monsters, tried to crawl up rings and Rob's behinds. Mm-hmm. But at least she came on as a cast member and not somebody friend and tried to parlay because that don't look right to me. Juan showed up for a scheduled scene with Rob only. Right. Yeah, she was giving vibes to Ashley. I think so. I think she's trying to solidify her spot on Team Yellow. I think that's what she really doing. I don't think it's just about Robyn. I think she was trying to solidify a spot on Team Yellow because that conversation was with Ashley. Simple. Now, Chareese, not past Chareese. Ashley showed up in time for the limbo thing. Chareese tickled me talking about, I'm not going to do no limbo. I ain't going to break my back. Girl, tell the truth. You can't. And don't feel bad because my big tail can't either. Okay, just tell it like it is. Then, um, Giselle asked Ashley about her houses. Oh, keep me posted about the house thing. For what? What you gonna do? Help her find a barn? You gonna loan her your hot glue gun? Just tell her to glue two houses together? Like, what the hell you gonna do? Then Mia gonna ask her about, was it mutual or whatever? And that's when she started talking about the vasectomy. Now this is funny. Mia behind talking about she should have got 4 children before she filed for a divorce. And it's like Michael wasn't finna let her get no 4 babies off on him. Y'all crazy. Then she said basically he ain't do nothing to me or nothing like that. He asked for a threesome. I ain't want to do it. It's like, girl, bye. That's why I say this ain't no divorce because ain't nothing happened. You can't even say that nothing happened to you. And that's when Jackie told that lie about, oh, well, I'm attracted to people. Like she pansexual or whatever. Whatever. So then that's when, now this scene right here I thought was really cute. And it was cute. It was kind of nice. And I knew it wasn't gonna last. It was Candace and Ashley talking. Candace and Ashley was talking. And Candace was talking about she feel like she failed at the IVF thing, and I like that Ashley supported her and told her the truth. Like, hey, at the end of the day, man, it ain't no pass to fail. It's not. I said that last week. I feel bad for her, but the baby, our little peanut, reminded me of how nasty, heinous, mean, and spiteful that Candace was toward Ashley when she was trying to get a baby. Remember how she did that, girl? You ain't trying to get no baby. That's why you drinking. And this, like, she was really hateful to Ashley trying to get a baby. She really, really was. She was absolutely hateful and horrible. And so it's funny to see like the flip flop where, you going through it and you're not able to produce them eggs and stuff as the way you would like to. And Ashley going out of her way to try to be supportive or whatever. It was kind of funny. She went to talking about, writing something down in the book, and Candace talking about it. Jesus ain't in it. I don't want none. And I understand that, that was a cute little moment because, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. You just never know. But he say Ashley better not go to Giselle with no house, nothing. Giselle gonna have Ashley and them babies in the house straight from the Home Depot catalog, just like she got. Mm-mm. Nika C say, like you said, even a broke clock is right 2 times a day. And Mia was right. She should have had 2 more. You ain't wrong. I was expecting Mia to use your line to describe Ashley's children. I'm telling you, Mia ain't got but one more time to steal from me. And I'm going to roast off the rest of her face. I mean it. Say, yep, she was very hateful and secretly jealous. Yep, she was. That she was. Don't forget the rest of what Mia said about Michael not trying to have illegitimates. Yeah, she said that. Hey, PBH, what's happening? Oh my God, it's been forever. How you been? Say Ashley has matured in that regard. She has. She has. All that hate Candace put out, barring her from babies, she better pray. You know what? That might be part of it. When you do a lot of real evil stuff, sometimes it'll block your blessings. So she might want to, fast a little bit. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, she was good and mean. Good and mean. Vanessa said, I gotta agree with Candace on that new age crap. Yeah, I don't do the new age stuff, the new age manifestation, write it in a book. I agree with her being careful. Just pray about stuff. Seal it with Jesus and let it go. Hey, J.I. say Candace was also trying to fight and stress out pregnant Monique. That's true. Karma is something. Yes, sir. Listen, y'all kill me with this karma, but I believe in reaping and sowing. And baby, she sold a lot of crap seeds, and now it's time to reap that crap. And little mama is struggling. She's struggling. Now, even though, let me say this. She say, repent, secret squirrel, repent. Let me say this. Even though, and don't y'all throw no rocks at me, because I'm a dodger. Even though I know what she did, even though I know her attitude was bad, even though I know all of these things, I'm still gonna like have a little prayer in my heart for her. Because if you want to be a mama, then I want you to be a mama. You know? If you want to be a mama, I want you to be a mama. And just because I see somebody reaping what they put out, it don't stop me from feeling bad for you. I still feel bad for you. Because see, when you was doing all that stuff, you didn't realize the day was gonna come when you was gonna have to reap. You know what I mean? And when you reap it, it don't always come back the way you put it out. And what's worse is when you put out that dirt, sometimes I don't know if y'all know, but sometimes the mess you put out can come back and hit your children. So, you know, I still feel for her. I do. Kobe Cole say Jackie a lick bottoms to be on the top. Oh my Lord. Yeah, Vanessa crazy. PBA say baby dust is a term of endearment used in the trying to conceive community. Okay. That's cute. Hey, Sarah B. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Lily said, I hope she can have at least one. I hope so too. I wish that for every woman. If you want to be a mama, I pray that you get to be a mother. As long as you ain't trifling. Now, if you keep a dirty house and you gonna let them children hurt themselves and stuff, then no, you don't need no kids. But you know, most people that's normal. If you want a baby, I want you to have one. Candace getting back what she put out. That's true. All I'm gonna say is before we start getting too hard on the let's slam her for not being perfect train, I want y'all to put a 1 in the chat if y'all ain't never did something you ought not to do. Okay. I know I can't put no 1 in the chat. Everybody done something we ought not to. Everybody done had to read before. And y'all know God is the original comedian because he got a way of bringing stuff to your remembrance when you reaping. Like you remember you did X, Y, and Z. Hey, the real end dot. Welcome. But I agree. She wants to be a mom, but she can't forget all the mess she did to them women. Right. And sometimes, you know, it takes for it to come back to your remembrance. You repent for it. Go beg pardon. Tell people, hey, I was wrong. How I did you. And sometimes that'll clean the slate and clear the path for you to get what you want. Uh-huh. No, that wasn't no insult. Let's say that's something in the community for people who trying to, you know, fertility community, people trying to get babies. Yeah, she said she had to take a Z-Pack. Yeah, IVF is a process. It rarely works the first time, and stress is a big factor. Yep. Oh, LEL, 30 seconds. You talking about you thought that's what she seen come out of Michael. Why y'all gotta be? Why are y'all like this? Why are y'all like this? Why now? Sin City. Say, I want her to have whatever she wants in life. Just be careful. It could be God's protection. It could be, but it's also a matter of sometimes you got to wait, and sometimes you got to recognize that, you know, it's some things you did that might be blocking your blessings. PBA say, I hope she get her baby. Candace is a little youth and money. She'll be a mom. Huh? She has a little youth and money. She'll be a mom. Okay, I got you. Yeah, 7. I know I can't put no 1 in the chat like, oh, I ain't never did nothing and had to reap. I know I've had to. Say, I got a prayer in my heart for her too. Hopefully she can mature and grow and be able to receive her blessings. I know that's right. That's right. Parents don't get that much grace when it comes to pregnancy. I mean, hey, God give grace to everybody. Don't listen. I know you don't understand, but your mama's been a terrible person, and the Lord gave me 3 of y'all. So you know, ain't no accounting for grace. Ain't no accounting for grace or mercy, honey. Uh-oh, there go my nephew.
What's up?
Not nothing. Say so we get to see we get to the we got to get to the lesson blessing. Yeah, it be like that sometimes. That's why I say, she did all that stuff, and I can't deny it. But sometimes it just got to come back to your remembrance. He'll bring it back to your remembrance. Certain stuff you do. Say
Right.
Candace don't know how to apologize. She don't. I hope she learned. Child, the counter is the corner is always crowded. Hey, Kia. Yep. So listen, let me make sure I got everything. And then she was talking about the blogs, and she said her circle small for a reason, but it got out anyway before she released her official statement. And then next week we see the Candace talking crap about Karen at restaurants. Oh, she thought she was sneaking out of town and going to restaurants, whatever. We've already seen Ray say that he didn't care about no eye candy. Then there's a burn session. We saw Robyn screaming like a mad person, and Wendy saying, "Why are you screaming?" And she steady screaming. And then we saw Candace telling Ashley everything you do come from a nasty negative place. So that's that on that. And what you got on this episode? And where is Kyra or
And
Kira?
look. I was expecting to hear her when I came in. I was kind of sad when she wasn't up there.
Okay, I was looking for my baby because she was gonna tell me about some stuff. She might have had to go. So now, first off, what you think about this mess that we just saw tonight?
I want to start since I came in on the end. I want to start with what you just said about Candace and
Mm-hmm.
how Candace sat there. Now, although what Giselle said toward, well, really, no, Giselle didn't really say anything that would hold up any weight against Chris, but you know, it, they all kind of do the same thing because that rumor about Karen's been around for a very long time.
Yeah, and it's dry and stale at this point.
Yeah, and I really don't believe it. I really don't see Karen tipping out on Ray. I think that's a genuine love they have over there. At least that's how it transcends through the
That's
television to me.
that's how it looks.
Yeah, and you know, but she. I saw in the trailer she was upset because Ashley was making some type of allegation against Chris, but you was just sitting up out of your mouth bringing up allegations against another woman
Yep,
who's who has years and children or a
into her
child
marriage. And,
invested into her marriage.
and you know what? And you know what Karen said? That ain't that's no longer just a marriage. That's an institution.
That's an institution, the
And you speaking
institution.
against that institution. I could never fix my mouth to do that. I'm just not that bold. I'm not.
Right, especially when you trying to reap blessings from the Most High. You in search of a family. Maybe if you take some of that venom up out of you,
Mm.
that child will come easier. And
You
that
know,
ain't
it's
even
like
no
it's
that
like
ain't
that
no
young
reason.
man we was talking to over on Perry Channel. What I told him, you stop being so negative, you be more positive, you'll draw good things to you. Good people will be drawn to you. You put out all
Right.
that nasty negative mess, and then you can't understand why don't nobody want nothing to do with you. Why good things ain't coming to you. It's just like them ripples in the pond that we used to talk about on Crown Chat. Okay, back in the early days of this channel. It's just like a tsunami. The water leave the beach first. So something push it out. Okay. So when you put out dirty water, when that wave come back, it's gonna be bigger than what you put out, and it's got to come back. That water has to return to where it was displaced from. And see,
Absolutely.
look, Candace keep putting out dirty water, and she keep getting back dirty water. Can't nothing grow in that.
Auntie, I'm no fan of what y'all call that. Yeah, I told you every time y'all say rings, I think of a nasty bathtub. But one thing, one thing that Rings said in an interview that I do agree with is Candace is very, or she appears to be very emotionally immature.
Mm-hmm.
Candace. It last week I thought she was mature. Yeah, I don't know. Candace and Robyn just immature overall. She bothered me last episode, and she bothered me this episode. Even the little
Mm-hmm.
scene with her family. I don't. She just bothersome to me,
She
vexes my
is
spirit.
my. Let me hear what my cat got to say. What's going
Hi,
on?
you come from my secret squirrel, but I love everyone's on here. Uh,
And
um,
now, but now, kind fairness, when she in the right, I got her back. You
yeah,
got to be right with me.
I'm
As
here.
long as you right,
I'm here. Just some quick rehashing. Football head is the same one for 2 years. Was going after
Mm.
Robyn, telling her home is not conducive to her children's upbringing.
Mm.
And who's now with the two kids stuck in a penthouse apartment that doesn't have room for the four family?
Ooh,
Who has the
Mm.
husband who's going around touching people and everything like that?
ooh.
So I want everyone to remember the history of this show.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that was it. That was it. That was it.
I
I
mean,
I feel like this episode was a little lackluster, but I feel like there were little pieces that are like fun to psychoanalyze. Mia bothers my spirit because there's something very much so stuck in the foster home about her, and she supposedly has the money to see therapy, and I need her to do so. Because the fact that she is constantly talking about Candace, I find very strange when Candace has not been bothering her.
yep. That's you.
You
You heard me say it earlier. Candace ain't studying her. Candace don't. Candace barely knows she alive.
so that part is a little strange to me, especially I get if someone thinks she's emotionally mature, but to me, I feel like she's handling her business. She's got her home. She's finished her MBA degree. She's doing her
Yeah.
music. So to me, I feel like I see someone who's using this platform and doing all the things she set out to do.
And
Me,
I
on the
agree.
other
I
hand,
agree with that.
thank you.
I
Me, on the other hand, is on the internet crying and begging every time something's going on in her life. All of a sudden, now you broke.
It's true too. Well, now
So
hold on. Now,
yes, yes,
if
yes, yes.
you could compare cucumber sandwiches to Mia, and they would come out on top. Comparing her to Mia is not a fair comparison, now, sis.
But
No.
people were going up for Mia last year, calling her a boss and all this kind of stuff. And I feel like it's such a facade. I feel like I see a lot of insecurity there, and the whole like we've talked about this last year. And the mom situation is very gross to me because I put this
Yes,
in the
that
chat
bothers me.
because I literally watched the interview of her being on like a DC radio. I mean. News channel. She had the joint chiropractor shirt on. She was talking about chiropractor and how it helped her get away from the opiates. So the fact that we are back here again for the second season, and all of a sudden now you have this mystery disease, which also bothers me because I'm 25. I could not see or walk for almost 5 months last year. Had an autoimmune disease that like I didn't know I had and flared up
Oh no.
and everything like that. Had like two brain aneurysms and all kinds of crazy stuff. Had to do a bone
Mm.
marrow
Mm.
biopsy. And so for her to come on this, I'm not like the social media person. I can totally get though you rushing there and you just feel like you need someone's help. But in retroactive, watching her operate, move it on this show, it feels like how is this supposed to be your duty from God? Yet you seem to be handling it so irresponsibly.
Mm. And
So
I didn't know you went through all that. Let me just say this for the record. I thank God for your life, your healing, and your restoration. All jokes aside, that
Yes.
is beautiful that you here now and you strong and you feeling good now, right?
I'm feeling good. I have a
I
few
know
issues
that's
here and there,
right.
but I'm feeling good. And
That's
so
what I'm talking about.
I get wanting to share your story and all that kind of stuff. But it does feel a bit irresponsible, and it also kind of does feel like maybe one of the plastic surgeries went wrong, and she just doesn't want to tell anybody.
Mm.
Because that's been a big issue for the girls.
I think the biggest thing right now that's irritating me with Mia, the thing that's irritating me the most is how she treating her mama.
Yes,
That's when I say that's what's getting me, that's what's digging in my craw. That is digging in the sole of my foot. You matter of fact, have any of y'all ever had your arches fall when you was a kid? Like
yes.
it that's how it digs at me. I feel like my arches fall every time she bring this lady up and just start dragging her. Because every time we see her mama, it's like her mama gives I'm walking on eggshells because my child don't like me. And that's so freaking hurtful. Like, why would you do that to
Wait,
your mother? Like, that to me,
Auntie.
that's a special kind of evil. When you can treat the lady that brought you here like that, something's wrong with you, man.
See, but I give me a little bit of a pass, y'all,
Oh
because
Jesus.
no,
How?
look, look, auntie and cousin, because because Mia really gives me, and more so than Sheree did, the R word vibes. I really don't think everything is chemically correct with Mia.
Oh, Lord. So you trying to say her hormone therapy treatments is why she acts like this?
Oh,
Oh no, oh no.
but
Mia,
it does. It
Mia,
feels
she said it. I didn't say it.
it feels wrong because it almost feels to me like her mom and her actually had this talk already, and she's making her mom relive it on the TV screen again. Because
Of
Yes.
course.
last
Of
year,
course.
the kids walked up to her saying, "Hi, Grandma," like they've been seeing each other, yet she was telling us that she's never around. Like
Yes.
it don't. It does not add up. It makes me feel like y'all, like, I get it if you're upset with your mom. Like, when I get, I have my issues with my mom. I totally get that. But either don't have her in your life, or you go ahead, pick your boundaries and keep moving forward. But every time we see her, it feels like she's starting the clock over again, and her mom doesn't know what's going on.
And the thing is, and I totally agree, and I think she keeps starting that clock back over because she wants it fresh in everybody's mind. See, I am a victim. I'm never gonna heal, move past it. You're never gonna see this situation mature or evolve because I need it fresh in y'all's minds every second of every day. I am a victim, and it is annoying.
It really is. Okay. Now I said I had some words for Rob. Rob, oh, she is screaming colorism more and more every episode.
Yes, now.
Because people are like, oh my God, why doesn't Wendy know about last year? Okay, last year happened. They had a whole reunion. So either you start the conversation there or you move it on. People are asking Candace, why is she dragging on this Chris thing? Robyn's thing happened last year. So what are we talking about? The thing with Robyn is just like she is going from like 0 to 100, and really we don't even really see Wendy interacting with her. So it does feel like she's hunting to make sure she can pick an issue with her. Because I wasn't here our last time. But to me, I didn't really feel like Wendy got caught in anything because Wendy's whole point was y'all were the two idiots who walked up to her saying cancer, no cancer. Y'all were the two idiots who do that. And Robyn now doesn't want Giselle to be the only one at fault. When no one is saying we didn't have questions, we really didn't believe her. Everyone's saying what y'all did was wrong. And so you're trying to conflate the two things to have an issue with Wendy. And then you're in the confessionals saying, oh, it's not about the kids. No, you knew that woman would never, regardless of how close Candace her, no woman, no parent would allow their child to go off with someone, especially on what's supposed to be a physical event without them where they're not invited. I don't even have a child, and I understood that. So to me, it's like you were playing in our face to keep having an issue with this woman, because even last year she was saying that like, oh, we can't talk to you because you want her to dumb herself down. And and I was upset with Wendy because she already did that last year, acting like she didn't know how to do a business plan. I think one of her degrees is in economics. So she already did that for the audience.
But the audience, everybody doesn't know how to do a business plan. And you know what else? I don't fault her for that. And I don't think it makes her any less intelligent. I don't think it makes her any less learned or accomplished, because everybody's not a business person. Let's be honest. Everybody is not meant to be out here, bushwhacking and hustling. Like some of us are born for it and other people are not. Okay, me, I'm born for it. My mister is not. He got 3 whole degrees. Okay, and I can promise you, if we hit the Powerball and he took $3 million and put it into a business, we gonna be in the red within 6 months. Everybody just ain't built for that life.
Yes, everyone's. Right.
Right, and I'm not mad at Wendy for wanting to do it, but I love the fact that Eddie is keeping it real with her. Like, girl, I'm glad you finding your bandwidth because you really quote unquote doing a little too much. Okay. And what got me with Robyn, I think, is definitely a colorism issue. I think she definitely has a thing for Wendy because that black girl put her in her place last season. And I think she's looking for a moment with Wendy at all costs. Like, I need a moment with Wendy. And what we see coming up on the next episode is you over there getting bucked and screaming and hollering and acting ignorant. And Wendy was looking at her like she had a bird on her head. And I loved it. I can't wait.
I can't wait. It just to see, and people are giving Robyn kudos for like being activated this season. I'm just like, no, she's really not, because say what the issue is. Even Giselle said, you're not going to talk to me like nothing happened. I can get with that at least. But Robyn acting like all of a sudden you have these brand new issues. Yes. Out of nowhere, and I don't really think this is Robyn activated, because also I was peeping at Watch What Happens Live for us. And Robyn,
because I ain't gonna watch.
I know. I heard you when I was listening to chat. I also was making me a French toast while the people were chatting. It was delicious.
So now you got to bring about food to the fat lady.
Sorry. Okay, I made me homemade whipped cream and blackberry jam.
Okay.
Anyway. Robyn was saying, because someone asked something about the Chris question. Guess what Roboto said? Roberto said Candace is overreacting and dragging it out. Are we serious? The woman who is going to everyone talking about it? Are we serious?
Now she dragging it out. You see that? I told y'all I don't
I
trust
didn't
that.
believe it. I don't trust her either.
I don't trust that dude. And see, the real end dot, she got a point, and I don't want to slide past this because this is a real statement. She said Wendy was not being abused. I personally don't think there's anything wrong with not inviting someone you don't fool with. While I do agree with that, if you don't want to invite her, just don't invite her. What I didn't like was end dot was her making a whole production of inviting everybody in front of her. Like, girl, just say, hey ho, I don't like you. That all that passive aggressive, I'm gonna try to make you say something to me so I can have a moment with you. I'm not feeling it. And then, you say she was backtracking and like, oh, I'm gonna invite your kids. Now you say backtracking. I say that was some manipulative bull crap because you knew that lady was not gonna send her children over there with you, and you was just acting like you wanted to attack her like the linebacker you look like. You knew darn well no black mama in her right mind. While you are not a black mother and your mama ain't either, you've been around enough black mamas to know that we're never sending our children to some heifer who just literally tried to fight us. We're never doing it. So what I don't like about her is that this is some like elementary school version of manipulation, and she trying to play in people's face, and I see her. That's what I don't like. You didn't have to invite her. I don't think Wendy would have cared about you not inviting her. And y'all say Wendy don't care now. I was mad at Wendy for even speaking on it because I would have been like, girl, whatever. Real talk. Who the hell want to come to your little half-baked situation anyway? It looked like she made it up that the same day that they went. Like she bought everything the same day, including them Dollar Tree tablecloths. Wasn't those Dollar Tree tablecloths, y'all?
Definitely was.
I know. I bought them in college.
Me too. Me too. Girl, I have bought those and literally put them together like, pin them together and made like a backdrop with like as fake flowers so people could use for a picture wall because they so flimsy. And then like if you put them on the table, I like to double them up with two different colors and like crisscross them and put a centerpiece on the table and stuff. Girl, she had them things sitting up there and she gonna put the pans on top of them to hold it down. The things flipping up, laying all on top of the food. I said, what is this?
It was so dreadful. Where's the bounce house?
And them five, I was about to say, and them 5 and below games that they was playing.
Listen, them sacks. This girl planned, she called this an event, and she came out there with pans of food, nothing to drink, sacks and ropes. Sacks and ropes. I didn't see no balls. I didn't see no ball pits. I didn't see no bounce house. I didn't even see a slip and slide.
Only ball she brought was hers.
Oh no.
Oh,
I need to learn.
I was not ready. You know what? Even say Robyn still mad about being called out about that non-relationship. Well, Wendy did. In Robyn defense, Wendy did eat them alive last season.
She really did. It was delicious.
But Auntie, you know where I see the colorism that I was talking about is go back and look at how many times, and Karen is probably one of my favorites on this show. Karen has called out that non-existent relationship for several years, and Wendy has not had that much smoke towards Karen. We saw her get crunk with Ashley the one time, but it hasn't season after season.
Right.
You're upset with this girl. I think it's because you have been put on this pedestal because people have allowed you to call yourself a black woman with green eyes and not a white dude with green eyes.
That part.
And you feel like that African girl ain't supposed to speak to you a certain way.
That's
She's
exactly
supposed to look at you in a goddess-like form.
Yes,
and the fact that
it was literally this black heifer talking to me like this.
Right.
And that's the same way they tried to do Candace last year, which is what pissed me off. Literally, all she said to that big burly dude was your mama. And they tried to act like this girl came up here with a blackjack, brass knuckles, pepper spray, a ice pick, a Glock, and like literally all she said was your mama. And it was literally, how dare your black behind talk to me like that? And that's all it was.
Yeah, I feel like sorry.
You go.
Okay, okay. Because I think that people, regardless if they're my age, older or younger, I feel like we still don't fully understand colorism. And I think it's the same way. I feel like if you can look at it as white privilege, it's like the question of like, will they be treated the same if something goes wrong? So we see how Robyn is able to build a relationship with Ashley, the same woman who was looking up how much money was in her bank account and was walking up to her almost every other episode, talking about how he has his girlfriend and non-conducive. And as cousin said, Karen's always talking about Juan and Robyn and their non-existent relationship, but you're
Yep.
able to still hold space with these people. You still allow them in your space. You still allow yourself to have conversations that don't escalate all the time. But if Candace or Wendy or even a Monique, I'm not Monique, but even if a Monique said something to you, all of a sudden, how dare they?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where I feel like people mostly need to kind of look at it when it comes to conflict. Who are you able to? Because how quickly Giselle apologized to Mia.
Yeah, she
Even though,
apologized real quick, fast, and
right?
in a hurry. And then when it come to Candace, you done flat out tried to imply something heinous about this girl's husband. And your attitude with her is you're taking it too far. Like, I should be able to insult you and lie on your husband, and you should still kiss my behind, is all I heard. That's all
That's
I heard. Now, while I don't go up for Chris Bassett like that, y'all know I don't do dust devils. I don't like men walking up with empty pockets, or even on
yeah.
Hannah. I don't like it. But whether a man is whether he's locked into a relationship with the spirit of poverty or not, you don't lie on nobody. Especially not somebody's husband, especially not when you pretending to be this person's friend, especially not when you've been in their home and received their hospitality. Now you sitting up telling lies. When we just saw you not days before do everything but jump up and bite him on his neck. Not
Yeah,
all of
gizzard time. Because
yeah.
I was thinking back about it. And this is also another red flag about this situation, which I get it, because people are like, oh, I get the uncomfortable. I was a whole first year women's mentor doing the Title IX reporting. I totally get and respect and understand. The point is, though, this is the same woman, the first season when Gollum touched another husband, I think it was Katie's fiance's behind. This is
Yep.
the same woman who came to the reunion and said she pulled Michael aside off camera to tell him to not do that.
Yep.
So now all of a sudden you don't have a voice and you know how to speak to people for 5 months, even though Candace has come out and said, like, you've been around my stepkids, you had your kids around me, your child's using my car to learn how to drive, my man's cooking food for you, and not once did you say anything until the cameras are rolling.
Yep.
And
Not,
yet you
not
were the
once.
same one who had no
Because
problem.
she pulled that out of thin air. She pulled that out of thin air. And normally, y'all know I'm all for, what you say you felt. It's just like with nursing, we have soap charting. That's the subjective is what you experience. And I don't normally discount what anybody says they experience. If you say you're afraid, all I can do is say, you say you experienced that. I cannot discount that. But when it comes to Giselle, I'm gonna discount it all day, like I'm at the Kmart and it's the blue light special. You did not feel uncomfortable. If you people who feel uncomfortable do not run up, boisterously greet, and then grab hold of and embrace the person who's making them uncomfortable. I've never seen it happen.
And you know what highlights it more? The fact that now we could say if she was just a hugging person and we saw her hugging everybody that came up in
But
there,
she
but the
don't.
fact, yeah, you dapped Ray
Who you've
and
known
made
for
it
years.
right and made it your business to hug him, and from what they say, hug him twice.
Yeah, she did. And yes, sincerely from no lie, I said the spirit of poverty. Now there are some men who are locked in a relationship with the spirit of poverty, and that is not okay. And I don't really like those fellas, but you don't lie on them.
It really is wild, because I feel like people are also trying to act like Gizzard is not playing with language.
Yeah.
Like 1 minute it's the hotel room, your dressing room, now it's a bedroom. 1 minute, because I guess the women don't understand that she did make it sound like Chris, like they're saying that Candace like went to her husband or like riled him up. No, Gizzard sat there and told her Kyle did not like it because Chris knew he was gone. That to me implies that you think my husband was trying to lure you into a room by yourself because he knew your person was gone. Like, you know what you're saying. You're just trying not to say it directly, but you are clearly getting the message across for people to
She's
follow that trail.
implying that he was trying to put her in an awkward or compromising position by everything that she said. She was using very much using inflammatory language. And like baby girl said, Chris said she the one invited him to the room. And I believe the impoverished fellow. I believe it.
Yeah, because her story really isn't adding up. Because if you felt
No.
like there was no ill intention, why would you then put out into the firmament that he knew that my worker, my hairstylist or whatever was gone because he spoke to him, so implying that he invited you to the room knowing you guys were going to be alone for some she's trying to say something without
Yes.
That's
saying
what
it because
she's
she
doing.
knows it's not
That's
true.
what I'm telling you. She's using inflammatory language. She's using inflammatory language. She's making the inference because she was trying
Hmm.
to spin a narrative, and what she was trying to do was color him as a certain type of character. She was trying to give him a nefarious appearance for the audience. Is what she was doing. That's what the hooker was doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
clear
my
as
god.
day. Because
Now see,
it,
look what
so,
Lala said, y'all. She tried to pull that afraid tactic with Monique's husband too. Remember that? Remember she did
mhm.
that? Oh,
Mm.
she was so scared.
Had a security guard
Yes,
behind her.
sir. Had Bubba from the barbecue joint standing up in there.
Mhm.
And she want an apology, and I'm with Don D. She owe him an apology. He don't owe her one. You lied on that man and got caught in it because ain't nobody fall for it.
It,
Right. And what Ring's saying it or implying is very dangerous. Go ahead, Kyle. You was finna say something, baby.
I was just saying that because I was watching some other videos, and I think because it's because now Giselle has made he said she said. Okay, in the middle though, it's still because also like sorry, let me. Also, the fact that she has now turned the conversation into him complaining about candidates, even though the conversation she interrupted between him and his wife was about how he didn't like Nicki Minaj treating his wife, and he told her in front of
Right.
everybody, "We'll talk later." So he met you,
Right.
asked you, "Could we talk?" So we're here now. Then to me, I do believe Chris in the sense that she would say, "Let's go to my room," because you're the only one thinking that that room has people in it. But let's say
Because
she
he
said
don't know
it.
nothing about your room or who's in it.
I know we
And what's
I,
worse is Chris didn't even know not to trust her. That's the
we
bad part.
we know, Auntie, but let me follow my track. Okay, let's say he's the one who said, "Let's go to your room." You still agreed to it. And then when you got to the room, you say he didn't say anything inappropriate. He didn't say he didn't do anything inappropriate. And when you in your mind was trying to get him out of the room, he left accordingly. So what in there is he supposed to take ownership of? Because you're asking him to apologize, and that means taking ownership of something when it seems like this is a you thing, which you can be uncomfortable and you can even still have a conversation with this man, but it still is weird that you bring it up then on TV after 5 months for a storyline.
Right, because you want
But
him
this,
to apologize for your discomfort.
but this the thing. But there was no discomfort. This is
Yeah,
what y'all missing. She wants him to apologize to validate the
yes,
crap that she put out about him. If he never apologizes for her made up accusation, which is thin, is thin as watered down gravy. If he doesn't apologize, there's no validity. She just looks like an idiot who lied on a married man. And I wanted to look at MJ's comment. That's what we're saying. He asked they asked to speak. He has to speak to her privately because if you remember MJ, I don't know if you watched last year's reunion because this is what we're talking about. He was talking to his wife about that crap that Onika pulled at the reunion, which was bull crap. Onika was trying to embarrass that girl for making money, making music. I don't know why Onika feels like she is the gatekeeper. She can tell everybody, or she can question people or put people on the carpet or try to make them uncomfortable about making music. Like, I don't know why she does it, but she did it. And Chris didn't like what she did, putting that girl on the spot as though the girl couldn't sing without a soundboard and auto tune. She was able to hold a
Hmm.
note, which I'm glad she did. Giselle, just like Kai just said, Giselle butted into the married people conversation, and he told her, "I'll talk to you about it later." So that's why they was talking later. That's why he felt comfortable to say, "Let me talk to you, and I'm gonna tell you what's going on." That's why he felt comfortable doing that. That is the only reason that man felt comfortable doing that, because he was stupid enough to think that she was a friend to their marriage, and she was not. Now, I want to address this too. The real end dot say, do you guys think what Giselle is attempting is in cahoots with production? Yes, I do. I know Eric's conversation with Karen, it seems as if he can't tell nobody but to do but. Right, because we remember what happened with Monique and how Candace came out with that styrofoam plate and on the live and told how they set up and had a whole meeting with production, her and Team Yella, after Andy Cohen's baby shower, where they were discussing how to attack Monique and what lies to tell on her. Remember that? Y'all remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Mm-hmm. He ain't innocent of what? The only thing that man guilty of is poverty. Now,
Is that Giselle?
we do not get to lie on people for being poor. Now, come on now. Jesus said, be nice to the poor people. You don't go lying on people for being poor.
Wait, I'm checking. This is a strong point because I was now scrolling through Twitter, and this is like people are like, oh, we're not gonna pretend he has like other baby mamas or like he wouldn't be looking. Do you not notice how everyone is shocked by what Giselle is saying? Juan, all of this, everyone is shocked and confused about the man who feeds them. Like what? Like even he is the only husband I know who's had to go to an HR meeting on another husband being inappropriate and still said, I would like to come to a cordial place with him.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying. Now we not finna attack nobody. Or if y'all want to attack him for his poverty, I don't know why, but we not finna lie on nobody. You say I can't stand him. You ain't got to like him, but don't lie on him. That's all I'm saying. And yeah, Chris say he asked to leave the door open and she agreed. So then all of a sudden now she done flipped it. He invited her to her room. How? That don't even sound right. Can I talk to you in your hotel room? Girl, you wouldn't have never went. Real N-Dot say, I think this episode we also saw one say that he would apologize, but I hope that the advice is not taken. Yeah, I hope he don't apologize to her. He don't need to give her no validation. Yep, Eric did seem confrontational and guilty as hell.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Don D said if he said something out the way about Candace, that would have been her storyline. Right. She wasn't able to come and say, oh, he was complaining. He said Candace was lying on people and Candace is being a baby. Ain't none of that. You couldn't mention nothing. Yeah. Talking about that Giselle behind him. I know MJ. MJ is not Giselle. Y'all crazy. What's up, AT2? Hey, cuz.
What's up, AT2?
Listen, you watching it now while we talking about it. Baby, this is a mess. MJ say, I'm not Giselle. I'm a little old college student at NYC. That's right. Y'all leave my MJ alone. MJ just don't like Chris, but we going to make sure MJ know, even though we don't like people, we don't lie on. Yeah, Chris ain't got no reason to apologize. Now, he ought to apologize for calling Buffy a hoe for no reason. But he don't need to apologize to Reigns. He ain't did nothing to Reigns.
Okay. Now, football head.
Oh, look. Talking about RoboCop.
RoboCop, football head, Stewie Darby, flat screen, all of the above.
Facts.
I feel like this is a storyline. As you said, I've been feeling this is a storyline, and that man is just tired of being on this TV and like them having to address whatever he gets up to. Because I firmly believe he was allowed to do whatever because they weren't famous, and now that they are, he's always getting caught and stuff. And because people always want to say that football head is so transparent, she is not. Because then we would have known from the very beginning that they've been doing threesomes up until this baby. But instead, we did not know until he got caught with the last one that Kenneth politely told her about, and now that she's going to throw in her face. Anyway, so to me, she has not been transparent because the whole thing is I feel like she's always now trying to explain how the relationship worked. But you've been on here for 7 seasons. Why are you still explaining your relationship? Because you were never truthful with us.
People got out of hand with the pictures. You heard what she said. We putting this statement out so people can quit running up taking pictures of him. She wants her husband to be able to hold in peace. Now.
Thank you. This is what it's all about because, as someone said, like that was a weird shot of her just like driving around in circles all of a sudden. And also, I can't get with the spirit of football head because, regardless of how many nasty things everyone does in the show, she's the main one I know who stands behind a predator, someone who touches people. She's the main one talking about. I don't want him to be demonized for the things he has done.
Yeah, now, this is my thing. I don't mind him hoeing because she don't mind him hoeing, and that's clear. I don't like him grabbing on, men's behinds that don't want to be grabbed on. Like, don't do nothing. Yeah, in season 5, she admitted to the threesomes. Yes, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I don't like anything that's non-consensual. You dig?
Yes.
Now you get people permission before you go to touching on people. This is not a game of Twister, right hand yellow, left hand blue. Like, don't just go grabbing on stuff. You understand? But as far as this hoeing, I would have respected Ashley better if she'd have just said, would y'all please let my husband cheat in peace like Wendy told y'all about Greg? Let us cheat in peace, please. AT2 say, notice how she explains the women, but never the men he slips with. She acts surprised when he's accused of sleeping with men, but with the women, she's like, oh, we do threesomes. Yeah, because she don't want that out that her man, he ambidextrous. He play with his left hand and his right hand, baby. He play with both. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with it. I love my students in here. I got y'all back. Say, I'm glad Chris apologized to Buffy. I didn't hear him apologize to Buffy. I hope he did. He ain't had no reason to call that lady no hoe for reviewing the show. Now that was nasty. Now
he jumped off the ledge with that one.
He sure did jump smooth out the window. Smooth out the window. That was out of pocket. Out of bounds. Like, don't do that. Yes, honey, ambidextrous, honey. He playing with both hands. He could write with the left and the right hand. And hey, as long as everybody you playing with is consenting adults, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? He ain't touch my behind, so we gravy, baby. Just don't touch me.
See, Giselle, if you would have played that with him, we might have been riding with you because you might.
I wouldn't have. No.
Because a lie is a lie.
A lie is a lie.
No. I'm saying if she would have said he came to her room and she felt uncomfortable, he's actually done some things that we can say, oh, well, Michael has a tendency of making people feel uncomfortable.
Listen, let me tell you something. I wouldn't have believed it then because Michael Darby has a type, okay?
Oh, Lord.
He like boys and girls who look like boys, and we're going to just leave that right here.
He like boys and girls. Oh, we can make a song out of that.
Sure could. Sherry said, I really like Ashley. She's just a lost young lady without her own identity.
The people who get the excuses.
I don't know if she lost. AT2 say Buffy didn't deserve that. However, would she get over that beef with Dr. Jackie? She talk about it every day. You know what? I wish she would kind of let it go because you're not on the show no more. You ain't got to talk to that lady no more. You know what Jackie did was dirty. It was. No mistake about it. I don't like what Jackie did to her. That was very nasty. However, it's over. Like, just be like, I don't like her. I don't deal with her. If you see her out somewhere publicly, don't speak to her. Move on. Like, that's what I don't understand with Buffy on that one. It's just like, baby, we all agree that what Jackie did to you was wrong. But when do we let it go?
Yes.
It's over. And guess
or at least talk about it.
Right. And nobody on that show is gonna care. Hell, look what they did to Mariah. They stole her whole show and don't nobody care. So why you think they gonna care about that girl, dragging your womanly parts? You say Buffy been attacking Candace unprovoked for a while. So maybe I need to go listen because I was under the impression that she just was reviewing.
No, she been saying a lot of things. I do think Chris went too far when he called her out of her name, but she has been saying a lot of things, talking about her mental health and all kinds of things for since season 5.
While reviewing the show, or does she just go live and say, let me tell y'all
about she does it she did it when that panel was up. She did it then. And then she would just talk about her randomly on her TikTok and stuff. So she does it on her TikTok too? Yes.
Jazz say even outside of reviewing the show.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that puts it in a little different framework. But it still doesn't explain to me why you a man calling this woman a hoe. Yeah,
that's what I just said. The all the name thing, but they have been ignoring her for quite some time. And I think it's just the whole, as you said, the dog whistling, trying to pile onto the whole, I think it was Chris who touched Karen situation. I think that's...
Oh! Okay, well, a lot of people was guessing. Now, we're not going to put that off on her, too. I guess sometimes it's like, who says it? if somebody is always saying negative
Yeah,
stuff,
that's
I
what I'm saying. Yeah,
be like, oh my God, her again. But the hoe, it's the hoe for
no,
me.
the hell is wrong. The hell is wrong.
It's the hoe for me. You's a whole dude. You know, your poverty makes you no less of a man. You still shouldn't be calling this lady a hoe.
Oh my God, why this person? Why you see boyish girls? Jesus.
So I like Ashley too. I can't lie, but she do be wrong sometimes. She be wrong a lot. She be wrong a lot. But Ashley's kind of likable here and there. AT2 say, yeah, Dr. Jackie was wrong, but exactly. It's like, come on, Buffy, like come down off the cross. This ain't Calvary and you ain't Jesus. Come down. Good Lord, come off the cross. So y'all saw Candace call Buffy Biggie Smalls. Yes, and I also saw her call that lady a garden gnome. I said, well, I listen, I'm here for it. Y'all know I love a little drag and a little roast and a little comedy. Ain't never hurt nobody.
Yeah.
But I just feel like keep it between the ladies. You a grown man, sir. Say she big but small. No, you didn't. Y'all are too much. But yeah, listen, I can't. Dr. J said, I wondered if Michael drive Juan to the dentist. Probably so.
Which this is the craziest thing of how like you schedule a family fun day and your partner and the father of your children has a root canal. That makes no sense.
Child, it would have made more sense if he was just pretending to be the father of the children. You pretending like y'all in a whole relationship and he couldn't be there. Like if he was just your baby daddy, then I understand why your baby daddy didn't come to your event, but you claiming this your whole man. And y'all finna get married on February the 32nd.
Oh, okay. More Watch What Happens Live. Andy asked her about the wedding, and she said, you have to watch the show. And then Andy said, it isn't on the show.
God dang. I don't like Andy, but that's pretty funny.
I don't like it, but that one caught me real good.
Yes, God. Now that's deep. That is deep to death. MJ got a point talking. I wonder if he passed his 3 months probation over at the W. And J.I., my dog, say they should have kept ignoring Buffy because nobody was paying attention until Chris said something to her. You're right, because I didn't know nothing was going on between them. I just was like, I was taken aback by the hoe. It was the hoe that took me out.
Well, everyone was upset because she was quote unquote body shaming. So that's when people are like, oh my God. I'm just like, ugh.
But why are we okay? So wait a minute. If you constantly got commentary about somebody, even me, if I joke on somebody and they come back, oh Nitra, your forehead big, I'm not gonna cry because you said something about my forehead. I'm not gonna say you body shaming, but please understand when you come for the roast, stay for the roast. That's all I'm gonna say. But you can't, on Buffy's end, you can't cry body shaming when you open the door. Anybody that do commentary, comedic or otherwise, you open the door for that person to say whatever they want to say back to you.
Yeah, I feel like people need to look inward. She was saying that girl was fat phobic. Well, this is before she calls her Biggie Smalls. She was called her, fat phobic and all that kind of stuff. So Ken was like, okay, Biggie Smalls.
Especially when you're shameable.
Oh,
now, mind you, they went after Candace last season calling her body shaming. Oh, you body shame Ashley because she said with your wide self. I thought that was funny. I'm sorry.
And Filthy Milkmaid had me rolling.
I was mad. I said, now this girl's silly. A filthy milkmaid. It's hilarious. It's freaking it was hilarious. And they was mad. They was like, oh my God, she body shaming. Say
and it's lightweight.
Was in Vegas and Juan just so happened to have a root canal. They was in Vegas. You so bad. Chris, leave Buffy alone. You didn't call Monique a hoe and she whooped your wife. You didn't call none of Chris. You didn't want none of Chris, so don't bully the Purcells. Yeah, because he was up there trying to fight with a doctor that you can't afford to hit that man. Don't be stupid. See, people are allowed to talk about what you look like. If you happen to be fat, you are not off limits. You're not.
Yeah, it's annoying because Karen gets to stay flapping the G and all kinds of stuff. I'm like, oh my God, it's housewives. Let them roast, please.
Yes, when she said that about Giselle talking about wiggling her fat vagina, I was like, ew, Candace, why would you say that? That was so horrible. That was horrible.
Okay, well, people were going up for the Grand Dame saying that. Grand Dame for saying that. So
Lord, look at my baby. She said, I actually am fat phobic. I'm scared to become fat. That's right. Stay afraid. Fear is good. Selective gangsters annoy me. That's true. Don't jump at one person and the other person you being careful. Don't do that. Don D say now Chris two checks Bassett. No, Candace don't need no help roasting. He should have stayed out. Thank you. Candace got a mouth on her. She don't need no help. But he always, back there like Spliff Star, Flavor Flav. He the hype man.
I mean, they're together for a reason, and it shows when it comes to that.
Right. Like, I'm all right with him having her back, even jumping in here and there, like, all this don't talk to women stuff. Like, I'm all right, but you still have to remember you're a man while you're talking to women. He say, child, Chris versus Chris. I would have paid to see that. Chris Bassett knew not to call Monique no hoe. Sure did.
We're not going to equate the two things. Those two were actual friends. We're not going to equate the two things.
Nah, but I'm just saying, I'm going to equate it. Because I feel like, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
If you felt comfortable enough to address any woman in that fashion publicly, that lets me know that you have a general disrespect for women. Like, you really think it's okay, because if you didn't think it was okay, you would have never publicly said it. You'd have said it in the privacy of your home and nobody ever would have heard it. Okay. So the fact that you think it's okay and y'all was really that mad with Monique, or your wife was, at least, you were still very careful how you spoke about Monique, because you was afraid of that big old black man.
But he did
like a snare drum. That's what you was afraid of. You watched your mouth with Monique, even though we see that you comfortable saying stuff like that about women in public. You wasn't comfortable to say nothing crazy about Monique. That's
he did speak out of place, if I'm remembering correctly, to Monique, didn't he?
Yeah, he raised his voice.
He raised,
and like the baby say, Big Chris checked him for even raising his voice. Like, you be careful how you talk to man. And I said, yes, sir, Daddy. Tell him. Mm-hmm. Yep, Chris, stick to the rivers and lakes that you used to. Have your position as a squirrel tamer. Leave it there. That's right. Leave it there. You ain't ready for lions. Stick to the squirrels now. Yeah, they called him Chris Two Checks Bassett. I'm telling you, him and Robyn is brand new this season. Even though I'm in shock, I gotta defend Chris Bassett because they up here lying on him.
Wait, okay. I feel like Robyn is playing the good cop in this whole situation, because I just don't understand why she's going to everyone repeating this conversation.
Because she ain't being no good cop. She being a messy cop.
Yeah. I feel like her and Giselle are in this. Giselle brought it up. And Robyn is saying, well, she did tell me she was uncomfortable. I want to really know how that conversation went after the reunion. Because I'm kind of feeling like, was it really just Giselle saying, hey, Robyn, this happened. Maybe we can use this. And then you wait for the opportune time to bring it up.
Yeah, I don't know. It did seem contrived. Contrived. Yeah.
Because again,
you had to go back to work, y'all. Go ahead, boo.
No, because when I was reflecting, like, this is the same woman who felt comfortable enough to go talk to Michael and pull him aside about how he was touching people the first season. Now all of a sudden, you don't know how to speak to people who you have no problem being in their face about. Mm-hmm. So it does feel like, to me, maybe they had that conversation, hey, this little something, and then you wait to feel like you can really, like, mesh it into a storyline, because then you bring it up. And again, as I've been saying, you are kind of making it a Me Too situation, because Ashley has, quote unquote, her story. And then Giselle was, oh, me too. He does slide into the DMs. He's a sneaker link. He was trying me. Da-da-da-da-da. And then you have Robyn that goes to Mia. Well, I have something to add. He was staring me down and da-da-da. And then you have to go on the Twitter and apologize for it, regardless, because you don't want Candace to come after you again. Mm. And then we're going to have Football Head the next episode saying, well, he was, my girlfriend did say he was a little flirtatious. When was this? Because didn't you have a whole one-on-one with Candace about the situation? When was the next time y'all were in the same facility and he was next to your girlfriend?
Not only that, right? Let's look at it. Let's look at it from this angle. You were so uncomfortable, yet nothing was said for a whole year. You were so uncomfortable, but it didn't become an issue until basically you thought Ashley was going to use it as a storyline. Ashley abandoned ship, but still tried to be messy by, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to go tell Candace to get my name out of it before Giselle brings something out. Because I feel like Ashley already knew Giselle knew, because I told Robyn, so that's the same as telling Giselle. And, you know, I think that's just kind of how that went. But once Giselle said it, she committed to it. It was like, I'm going to keep telling this lie. I'm not dropping this lie. I done said it now. If I backtrack, I'm going to look silly for telling the lie. And I think that's what she did. And where Mia's concerned, I feel like Mia went to backtracking on social media because she didn't know that production had aired her out until she watched the playback. Because remember, they don't know what production does until they watch the playback with us. And I think when she saw that production showed that playback where that man wasn't looking nowhere near her, she didn't have no choice but to run it back. Unlike Giselle, if we remember from last season, Mia will drop her lie in a hurry.
Yes.
She'll hold it for a second, and once she see it ain't working, oh, I was just playing, or that's what I thought, or that's how I took it. Simple as that. Real NDOT say what took me out is that Giselle is throwing around words she doesn't even know the meaning of. Chris Bassett would not be described as a sneaky link. Sure wouldn't.
Yes.
And then here's the other thing with Giselle. I'm glad you said that because that brought this back to my mind. Y'all see how she went from saying he was a sneaky link to he made her uncomfortable. When she first was telling that lie, it was he was trying me because he wanted
yes.
And then all of a sudden, well, I just didn't feel comfortable. I didn't want to be in a position like that because people could say stuff because he married and I didn't want to be in that position. Girl, what happened to he's a sneaky link and I done been around married men trying to hunch before and he wanted to hunch me. He was trying to see if I was with it.
This is why, you know, Secret Squirrel is not letting it go, and why Gizzard and Robyn are now in their interviews saying, oh, Candace made this a big deal. No, because she is watching the season back and watching you call her husband a sneaky link. He slides into your DMs, and I've had many married men tried me, and he was trying me. So yeah, you don't get to act like you don't get to act like it was just about your concern of like the optics, because I can completely understand that, but you added a lot of sauce that was another direction of the story.
That's right. And in this regard, again, much like last season, I got to defend Candace's position. Watching the playback and you see this heifer literally go from he was trying to sleep with me to he just made me uncomfortable. I was so uncomfortable. I wouldn't talk to her no more either. She wanted to mess. Oh Lord, the baby said Giselle wanted to mess with Chris is what I think. Ooh.
Some people have been thinking that.
She might have wanted to feel like, okay, if I give him an opportunity, he's definitely going to try me because I'm definitely better than Candace, you know, in her mind. And the fact that man ain't try her, that might have vexed her. You say Mia yerks me, nothing but trying to be a sophisticated hoe. Have mercy.
She really does try real hard. She's failing miserably.
You ain't lying, baby. That foster home is all over her. Right?
It really is.
I'm not shaming her. Anybody who's been in the foster home
shame.
System, I'm not shaming you because somebody got to love you, and sometimes the foster homes be rough. Them people ain't always nice. I get it, but it's like just like I said about Marlo. Some people they never left their foster home. You know what I'm saying? Some type of damage took place, and I think in Mia's situation, she received a lot of benefit from being a victim. And so she is living her whole life wrapped up in victimhood. She gonna be a victim, jump high, jump low. Lel say the reunion gonna be interesting. I think it's possible to see Candace lead the show over this because where do you go from here? Plus, people keep agreeing that Chris owes Giselle an apology. I hope she don't leave her check on account of ring.
Okay. And let's talk about this because again, this is the only reason why in some aspects I can go up for her and why I saw people calling her childish and immature, because she's spoken about how her and Chris talked about getting on this platform and they know things can happen. So they have a 5-year plan, which is why she's really hustled to do all the other things. So I can kind of agree with LL of like, I think this will be her 4th year. And so I can kind of agree like this is like, yeah, because like she like again, like people are like, oh, Candace was saying the cheating thing, which Karen has said her and Candace have talked about that. They both are fine. The cheating rumors, everyone talks about a cheating rumor. But you implying that my husband tried to lure you into a room and made you uncomfortable and all these extra words is a whole nother level. It is something that is close to being illegal.
That is heinous. That is very heinous because those type of lies have ruined men's lives in the past and probably in the future too.
And it has ruined women's lives of not being believed.
Now look what Daphne Laguerre says. Welcome, Daphne. And she is gorgeous. I love the pretty girls on the porch now. She said, Chris said he liked chocolate women only, and Giselle ain't been the same ever since. God almighty, I like you. See, I didn't even peep all that. I like when y'all catch stuff I didn't catch. She say he liked chocolate women only. Kai, you remember him saying that?
Okay, this was during, because you know I like my things when I was sickly. Basically, it was when Mia was acting a fool on Twitter and was talking about him tossing her salad and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, and he was like, "You're not even my type." Like I like and all that kind of stuff. So he did say that because like I feel like they get into their fights. But even a YouTuber I watched, he was at like BravoCon with the parties, and they were at a party. He's like, I saw them. They were up in the corner, ignoring everybody, cuddling up. So I think that like they're quite solid in what they have. It might not be something you want, but I think they are solid in what they have. Mm-hmm. And so I can see Giselle being like, how can I mess this up? Because Mia also is like, how can I belittle this woman? And the same way that Robyn is with Wendy. How can I belittle her?
Now, okay, I got another theory too.
Okay.
With Giselle. Now I want y'all to think all the way back. I don't want y'all to get to the end and say, oh yeah, now I remember. I want y'all to think all the way back. Did y'all recall every time Jamal had another woman, she looked kind of like the Monique, or, you know, the darker skin, shapely, tight body, round booty, you know, the pretty round brown club. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I feel like for her, I think she would feel some sense of validation, or maybe she does feel some sense of validation or needs some validation that men who have brown, pretty round brown wives would want her. Like she needs to feel like she's taking something back from these ladies, because every time J-Mal, when he got a baby, it wasn't nobody that looked like her. Don't forget Tweet. Don't forget Malaysia. Don't forget Pastor Coochie Pop. He like pretty round browns.
Okay, I'm following this, and I can believe that.
And see, that colorist conversation is real with her, with her and Jake from State Farm, because they really felt like, and it's not all their fault, because our community has been problematic with the colorists, and they felt like, and probably still do, I deserve a certain level of X, Y, and Z because of my complexion, and it just didn't happen for them. Fetch did not happen. And when Fetch actually happened for Robyn, that fool when it messed up the money.
Mm-hmm. I can believe this, because this has always been my theory about kind of why it was so gung-ho for Monique and Candace.
Yep.
Monique is the one
y'all pretty brown heifers got the lives that I feel like I should have had. And when it comes to Wendy, they mad because she can take the superior attitude, because y'all education ain't gonna never match up to her. She's Dr. Wendy to you.
Yes. Because I feel like, no, because for me personally, I like not as much, but like I grew up nice middle class, and like I was the idiot who in the 5th grade had a BlackBerry. So I understand the whole spoiled brat situation, all kinds of things. To me, it was always Monique, married, well off, and Candace came from a generally well off family to where, you know, they were able to help her well enough. And Robyn's even said that she kind of grew up similarly to Candace, but obviously not that well enough because her home went to foreclosure. So something happened there. So to me, it was always this thing of like, let me belittle Monique for her husband, and let us belittle Candace for her family, and let's see how much we can make them break down. And then when Candace went back, oh my God, you're so immature. Oh my God, how dare you? You're body shaming, da da da. But you talking about my man couldn't afford my ring. Oh, this is your mama's house, and da da da. Meanwhile, your mom was living under a bridge in a tent. You don't get to talk to me about anything. No, I'm serious. Like I feel like Ashley and Giselle and Robyn are because, like, again, Ashley came on this show going crazy about Robyn being broke, having to live with Juan. It's not conducive. He has a woman. I mean, researching bank accounts and all this kind of stuff. And every time she got into a fight with Candace, it was always, I feel like she really does enjoy being Mrs. Darby because of daddy issues. And then there is a certain comfortability with he has money, and I did not grow up that way. So, yes, this is my mama's house. My name is on it as well. What's the issue here? Because you wish that you didn't have to marry that crusty man to be stable.
Well, and let me be clear. I don't blame her, because I was talking to the baby before we came live. Listen, I applaud and I absolutely go up for any woman who can hold still for a man that look like that. That girl earned every dollar. Y'all want to discount her contributions? God darn it. Any woman that can let Montgomery Burns strip down and tell her to play connect the liver spots, oh, she earned every dollar. We not finna sit up and pretend like that this was a charity situation. That was a marriage and an agreement, and she gave him children, and she held still when that man walked toward her naked. She earned every dollar. Every dollar.
This is true. This is true. But Mia did the same thing, coming on saying you're a spoiled brat and da da da. Yet you're crying to us every episode about how your parents can be there for you and you will end up in foster home, and now you're a boss because you're married to G, making $450,000 a year as a salary.
And that's true. That's true as well. But
everyone to their own respectives, but it's still you want to look down on someone for something.
Yeah, if you brown, they gotta find a way to look down on you. If you brown, they gonna try to look down. See, that's why brown and down rhymes. Because if you brown,
what's that mean? And
that's what this is about. And Wendy went and became Bubba Sparks. She was Miss New Booty, so it's like y'all can't even mess with her on her shape. She went and fixed it. She was like,
she did.
Wendy saw herself on playback, saw that she looked like one of them worms from Men in Black that was smoking, and she said, "Oh hell no, we finna fix this. We finna fix this." Wendy came back, baby, new body, new wardrobe. I said, "You better give it to him, Wendy." I was for it. I was all for it. And so now it's like we can't pick at her about her body. We surely can't call her ignorant because we can't hold a candle to her. We can't say her husband ain't no good. We tried that he cheating stuff and she done read us for filth and threatened to beat our tails. So there's nothing left. There's nothing left to do. That's why you see Robyn coming unhinged and looking like, a middle-aged football coach screaming and yelling.
The voice is rising so quickly with every time she speaks to Wendy. Jesus Christ.
Yes, I mean, but this is the thing. She raises her voice, and I swear it drops 6 or 7 octaves every time. I'm mad at you. I'm yelling. I don't care. It's like, oh my Lord, ma'am, sir, sir.
We all know you don't care. We can clearly see it.
We see it. You don't care about your appearance, honey. You don't care if we got questions about your gender. You don't care if your house clean, baby. We see you don't care. That's right, Lala. You supposed to marry up. Do not marry the family jewels of poverty. Don't do it. Don't you do
marry up. But then the whole thing would be talk about her husband, but you're talking about what her parents do.
But see, the mention in the parents was salty. It was salt. It was pure salt. For me,
it doesn't connect that way because I'm like, my parents do things for me as well. So if I would never marry down, but if I married down, read me about what my husband can do. Don't read me about what my parents have done.
But see, the thing is, again, I always tell y'all 2 things can be true at the same time. They were salty because her mama could do it. Okay. And we're not going to pretend like Robyn and their mama ain't got money because that's who was bailing them out.
Yes.
That's who was bailing them out. They was mad because this black girl's mama could do it. And they were trying to make her feel bad. We need to make you feel bad because even though Robyn's mama was bailing her out, wasn't nobody reading her for it. They was only reading Candace for it. So it's not just that your mama's able to bail you out. It's you little black heifer and your mama can bail you out. That's the only part they kept living that they kept leaving off the sentence because they wanted to call her a little black heifer. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Or something uglier. That's what this is all about. They really, truly feel like if you're a black girl, and I mean phenotypically African, black girl, you got black mama, black daddy, black grandparents, all 4 corners. How dare you? How dare you? They need to feel like they better than you. Okay, look at it. Let's look at it. How can Robyn feel like she better than Candace when it looks like Dorothy probably got more money than your mama?
Well, let's also remember it's not just the mama.
And
her dad just does not want to be on the show. It's all of them.
It's all of them. And honestly, Robyn's mom and dad is still married, so it's her mama and daddy.
Yes.
But I think it's a matter of I feel like your mama and them probably got more money than us. You know what I'm saying? You good and spoiled, and you still young, and you cute, and you slim, and all that. And it was just we got to put you down. We got to belittle you. We need you to feel like you're beneath us on some level. They tried it with Monique, and she was like, "Oh, you don't have a home." And went from the time that girl told her, "I have 4," Giselle ain't been the same. She ain't been the same. Her life has been upside down when it come to Monique. Monique ain't even on that show, and she's still obsessed with her. She was on BravoCon talking crap about Monique. And I don't know why she thought she ate, because she didn't. J.I. say Jamal only used Giselle to be the first lady, the face of the church. He was never attracted to her. You right, because every time he went tricking and treating, ain't nobody looked like her.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not really into the whole Giselle Jamal thing, but from what, because I was listening to some people who are around the area, I don't know if you know that, like, apparently they're saying that, like, he was with someone else before her. So, like, technically, like, she was supposed to be like the other woman or something. I need to research into that, because that might also be adding another layer to the situation.
Well, now, what it was is that while they were engaged, he was going with somebody else. And on the day she got married, the other girl was pregnant. She found out the other girl was pregnant.
Okay.
So from the giddy up, like before you ever walk down the aisle, jump the broom, whatever y'all did, that man was already looking elsewhere. He was never, his eyes were never only for her. It was never just for her. He was never all about her. And mind you, I'm not glorifying that, because that's not cute. If he didn't want her, he shouldn't have married her. He shouldn't have. He should have left them people's child where she was. If you don't want her, don't marry her.
Oh, this is a mess. This message.
Say, if I could hold still for G if he don't bring that tongue out. Me are not special. Ashley, on the other hand, that heifer got an iron gut. I would boil myself after Michael. I'd have boiled myself before Michael. Michael could have took off his shirt and I'd have screamed and ran up out of there. They would have swore up and down. Michael Myers was chasing me out that condo. Ain't no way in hell. Say, until we see them baby mamas, I can't defend Chris. I mean, hey, I ain't got nothing to do with the baby mamas. I mean, we saw them cheering. We saw the cheering.
If they don't want to be on the TV show, like, you can't force someone to be on a television show if they don't want to be.
Yeah, we saw the churn. They was on there last season for a couple of episodes looking at Candace like she was a stranger.
Well, she wasn't that much of a stranger, because Giselle was all up in their faces as well, apparently.
Yeah. Alita say you got to have a strong stomach to be with Michael. Ultimately, we say intimately. Lord, Ashley sure did work hard. She did. She did. She worked for that money, and I'm not gonna let nobody drag her. She worked for that money. People love.
She worked for it. And
people love to say when a woman married, well, you got money from your husband. Hell, you got money from your job. Why she can't get money from hers? She don't be mad at somebody got a better job than you. One tall girl, 78, say Wendy can't fight, but neither can Giselle or Robyn. I think them threatening violence is a miss. Child, I don't know if Wendy can't fight. Wendy got big shoulders.
Yeah, but also it's just like, I'm not going to go against someone for saying the same thing. I mean, as long as you're not actively walking up on people like Robyn is, okay. As long as you sit in your seat and you speak your speech, like that is what housewives was supposed to be. You
talk, I talk.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I saw that picture.
Oh, okay. So one like them Browns too. Yeah, and we all team Dorothy over here. I love that. Go ahead.
No, that was like they were saying that like she made the account and it was like a weird, like it was like a name of like her family dog or something crazy.
Who did that? Who is y'all saying did that?
About like the rumor that like apparently they're thinking like Robyn was on Lipstick Alley and said something like crazily colorist on it. With a dummy account, and like people connected because it was like the name of the account was something like tied to like her. Stupidly enough.
I believe it. She is a sick heifer. I told y'all last week when I saw the preview of them saying that she wanted Candace to bring Wendy children over there. I wouldn't have sent my children to that big hateful man. No.
But also what caught me was it was after the reunion last year, because everyone was going, oh my god, Candace, if you keep speaking this way, da 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 da, even though everyone's talking about going to Sing Sing and all kinds of crazy things, we might tune you out. And Robyn did an interview and she had the nerve to say it's not what Candace says, it's how she said it, and then mocked her voice. And I was like, oh, Robyn. It was real ignorant Black woman mockery. I was like, Robyn.
Yeah. Because like when you hear Robyn talk on a regular basis, it sounds like a middle-aged white man who's mocking Black women. Like that's literally what she gives. Lord, LEL said, Robyn, know not to touch Wendy. Nobody will defend her. It's not a Candace and Monique. Wendy ain't said nothing to that woman to warrant that. Nothing. And say, Ray, hey, Ray, talking about the more melanin you have, the more whoop A you got, Team Wendy. I don't know. I know a whole lot of dark girls that's real pretty and prissy and can't bust a grape. Now, I'm just going to tell it like it is. Now, where I'm from, the saying is a red nig's a real nig. So, take it the way you want to take it. You say, I believe it too. Yeah, it's something now. Say Robyn's colorist side is coming out this season. We forget she half. Yeah, over half.
She way over half.
Way over half. That is a whole middle-aged clear dude. I don't care what nobody say.
It is. Yeah, it's just, and people are finding this entertaining. And I'm just kind of like, what is entertaining about this? She got red last year because she literally interjected in a conversation that had nothing to do with her while she was drunk, and she got red. Done. You went to the reunion. What else is going on? Because if one of the dark-skinned Black women kept an issue running on, people would be reading them for filth, telling them to get over it.
That's right. She sure would have. Look what Nisa say, girl. Say, and I was right. Robyn wouldn't have fed those kids. Them 4 pans were barely open. Sure wouldn't have, and the babies wouldn't have had nothing to drink.
The party was just like, well, not even a party. It was, I don't know what this was. Like 4 containers. I didn't see no burners. It was cold food. The tablecloth wasn't taped down. I didn't see a variety of drinks. It was the fact that you tried to be petty over this shamble that you called an event.
This is what you came up with. And I tell you, if I was Wendy, I would throw a party and tell you to stay your unwashed behind home. Hell, matter of fact, she ain't even got to tell her to stay home. All she got to do is throw a party and say couples only.
Oh.
That's all she got to do. That'll knock her and Giselle out.
Couples only.
That's all she got to do, couples only.
And okay, Robyn knew, because to me, really, Robyn was trying to cover her behind, because when she did it to Wendy, she thought she was being petty. And then when she thought, ooh, they're going to read me for this. Most people. Some people go up for it, and that's perfectly fine. Because to me, this is Robyn, the same one who was losing her mind last year because her and Giselle had to share a room coming last minute to a getaway, and the bathroom was downstairs. You need to tell me that you thought someone was going to send their kids to you?
Yeah, hell no.
Uninvited.
That's right. Daphne got a point too. She said it's actually sad how they treat Wendy this season. It's like she can't act out no matter how hard Robyn Giant A provoke her, because she'll be viewed as the mad black woman. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. But Daphne, this is the thing. I'm glad that Wendy peeps it, and she is literally staying calm. And it looks like the more calm she is, the more Robyn is coming unglued. Like she's coming apart at the seams. The girl, there was no cutlery, Nisi. We
all know there was no cutlery. I don't even call it hand foods. I don't even know if there were snacks. It's true, because I'm not going to forget also how last year Wendy said, it's Dr. Wendy to you, and they were not even sitting in front of each other, and Football Head called her ferocious.
Yeah, she was ferocious, honey. She's ferocious.
But Mr. Roberto gets to stand up and walk towards someone, and she has not a word to say.
Yeah, no, that's not ferocious. It's only ferocious when a black woman reminds you that you are substandard. Now, all of a sudden, that's ferocious. I guess that tongue lashing was ferocious, because that lady didn't threaten you. She didn't move in your direction. There was none of that. Daphne said they said Robyn was on the chopping block because she was so boring last season. That's why she acting out. That's probably so. Yes, at her giant behind. Definitely crazy. Say, yeah, she's so calm and not being phased. I love it. The same energy Candace is giving Jizzy. Right. That's what she doing the rings, and rings is losing it. Talking about you taking it too far.
Too far. Like, that's the crazy part.
She's not cursing at you. She not roasting you. She not clowning you. She didn't kick dirt on your shoes. She didn't walk up and laugh in your face. She simply paid you dust.
The same way you did Wendy, because you and Wendy didn't have another conversation, and you told Wendy not to hug you. How? Which we know how. But it's just, the first episode, people were literally going up for her about how she, no, don't hug me. Don't say how loud. That was weird. Now all of a sudden, your panties are in a twist because she ignores your behind. At least she was nice to your child.
Now she's going too far. Now Candace is going too far. This lady was trying to move past the moment because y'all had a moment, and you said, "Don't touch me." Don't. Okay, fine. That wasn't too far, but somebody just simply not acknowledging you, that was too far. Hell, she spoke to your kids. She was nicer to you than your homeboy was to Wendy's children. Jasmine say, and that is the colorism. Why does Wendy have to stay calm when someone is disrespecting her like that? Jasmine, and I'm with you. You listen, you 100% right. But what I'm saying is, I like that Wendy peeped what they trying to do to her, and she's literally playing to win, in my opinion. I feel like Wendy is playing to win, and I'm here for it because that's what they want to do. They want so much. If Wendy so much as raises her voice 1 decibel, oh, she's angry, she's aggressive, she's ferocious, she has fangs and claws, and she threatened to kill me, and she works for Al Qaeda. All that's gonna be said. But the fact that she's staying calm, like I feel like, and this is from what I can see of Wendy, because Wendy seems to be very intelligent, and it warms my heart. I didn't like some stuff she did in the beginning, but she's warming my heart. I feel like Wendy is setting this up so by the reunion, she can let them know. Now, did y'all see her behavior? Did you see all the attacks? Did you see her getting loud? Did you see her being aggressive? Did you see her being violent? And notice none of you said anything. So this is why last season we pointed out the colorism, because see, you all just demonstrated it. I like that she's giving her nothing but room to hang herself. Yes. It is disgusting. But you know what, y'all? That is the disgusting truth of the country we live in, and with our own community, and even how we view each other. Everybody wants to automatically assume that if your skin is dark, that somehow you're primitive and violent and aggressive and primal and all this other stuff, when that's usually not even the case.
Because we're not even going to forget, like, no, we saw the trailer and the preview, and before everyone thought it was Candace who threw a drink at Mia, and then comes out Mia threw a drink at Wendy. Everyone's going up for it. And I was in a board after doing some work, and I was reading, Mia did an interview, and this woman, Debbie Perkins, had the nerve to tell the interviewer, they asked her why she threw the drink. Some people just have too much mouth. Really, the woman added on to the story about a man being creepy. Anyway. And then she said, but you know what really hurt me is when, because Wendy afterwards calls her a crater face B. That really hurt me because I was from the foster home.
You physically threw a drink at this woman. You assaulted her, and basically, if you black woman, I don't like what you have to say. I want to be able to tell you to shut up. So I felt like you had too much to say, so I assaulted you. But your words hurt my feelings. You basically talked about what everybody else can see. Hell, you can see the craters in her face from space. They like the Great Wall of China. But if Wendy mentioned it, now you so hurt. Get the hell out of here.
And it was just, as we were talking about this episode about the victimhood, I was in foster care and I didn't have a mom to take me to the dermatologist. I had acne, and oh my God, I'm looking at it. I just wish I had a mom like you all who, I'm like, there are plenty of people who have their parents and who can't afford it. Like, that has nothing to do with anything. That's what your face looks like, and you threw a drink at me, so you should be happy. That's the only thing that happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
But instead, you get to say she had too much mouth. All the black girls have too much mouth. And
because if y'all black, y'all need to be quiet and stay in your place and say all hail Team Yellow. Didn't you know?
I knew this, but this is why I can't be going up for the girls, because it's just like when you listen to the rationale, and again, everyone has their faults, everyone can have their faves. I'm a secret squirrel, but I understand sometimes she can be emotionally immature. But I'm like, girl, you're on this platform, and in a season and a half, all of a sudden you have this weird disease that you don't know nothing about. You are saying now that your brother-in-law stole this business, even though there's a press release talking about how the brother and the husband started and you had nothing to do with it. And now you're supposed to be this boss woman. You're the same woman though who was sent a cease and desist by Paris philanthropist because you stole his candles. That was for the French women's movement.
Yes, child, I remember that.
So you have all of this going on, and people go up for that because they are fine with that kind of woman being delusional and feeling so full of herself.
Yeah, because you have to look at the people who are okay with it. And Alicia is correct. That's why I left her comment up. Robyn was an Ashley face, and Monique face. She's violent. She's aggressive. She's got too much testosterone, and nobody wants to point it out. Just like I was not here for the fact. And let me not skip past what you said about Mia. It's true. She's a hood booger, and we all know it. But the thing that gets me with all of it, with everything that Robyn has done, and the fact that she is so doodly. I wasn't here for people calling Wendy Noxzema Jackson. First of all, Wendy could never be as fabulous as Noxzema. Like, please, let's not go too far. Okay, because I love Tu Wong Fu. Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar. And that was in my opinion, that was the best Wesley Snipes has ever looked in his life when he was Noxzema. But I was not comfortable with them trying to say Wendy looked like Noxzema when clearly she don't. The only thing she is tall, statuesque, and she's a black lady, and I think she looks lovely. Okay, all jokes aside. But it was just it was the comfortability people had in trying to call a black woman masculine. And it was like, so you trying to call her masculine because she dark? Because it clearly can't be because of nothing else. Everything about her is extremely feminine. Meanwhile, we got two big burly dudes on here, two defensive linemen, and both of them yellow. And don't nobody want to point that out. That's why I make it my business to point it out, that you got two big dudes on this show that keep getting aggressive with feminine women. And don't nobody want to talk about that. Same thing I said about Jocelyn and her boyfriend Bumbleclot trying to jump on them little girls on the Zeus network. I got a problem when big dudes is trying to attack women. I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable, but it was the fact that they were so comfortable to call that black woman a man when you got these two yellow dudes on here. Because a dude is a dude, and I don't care how yellow you are, you're dangerous. And we need to cut it out.
Well, Giselle said it first about me as big feet, and then Candace said big feet, and all of a sudden Candace was transphobic.
Yes, because she black. So now it's an issue. When Giselle said it was okay. And I still say that is why I'm gonna always and forever question did Mia have them babies? I need to see pictures of her pregnant, because the fact that Candace mentioned that you got mud mashers and y'all jump straight to transphobic, I feel like you're trying to tell us something. And if you're trying to tell us something, you need to just say it outright.
Yeah, but that's another example of her clinging to victimhood, because she did that. She's like, oh, transphobic. She almost made it sound like her dad was a part of the community. Everyone was like, what? And then the sickness, and then someone calls you a crazy face B, and all of a sudden you go back to you being literally, and like even with the Yo Mama situation, she tried to pretend like all of a sudden I look up to your mom. No, you were going to my mom. My mom. Her mom wasn't right, but you also went up to my mom looking for dirt to try to throw that into my face, and now you want to pretend.
Sure did.
That you when you were really trying to talk down on me.
That's right.
But now all of a sudden I gotta see you outside if your mom relapse. How about she might what's that?
That's right. She might relapse because you on TV dragging her every 2 seconds talking about her addiction that she no longer has. Lel, yes. I still said Bumbleclot because y'all I didn't have time to ask y'all to tell me the man's name for real. What's his name, Kai?
I don't know that man's name.
See, so we're gonna have to keep calling him.
Wait. Okay, Bumbleclot. Ballistic? Is it?
There you go. That's it. Ballistic. I still listen because I couldn't remember the boy's name, so I just started calling him Bumbleclot. Okay, because it was close enough. And so if don't nobody remind me, I'm gonna just keep saying Bumbleclot. But when you said Ballistic, it popped back. His name is Ballistic.
Right. Go see. I don't watch that show, but I just know enough of the mess. Jesus Christ.
But for real, it's just like I don't know. It's the blatant in your face colorism. It's the insult to black women. And it's the fact that we got sisters that can't even see what's happening and just automatically agreeing with a narrative, not understanding that they probably insulting you too, because half of the women going up for them, y'all brown too.
Thank you.
Now, at the end of the day, I know I may not be the brownest, but I'm brown enough to see what the hell going on here.
But I think that's why there does need to be conversations about it, because even me, I grew up like it was crazy to me understanding, like I came up with like the term like I'm a safe brown person. And I know why, because I'm never gonna be told I'm pretty for a dark skinned girl, but I won't be fetishized for being light skinned. I've been fetishized though for my mom being Jamaican, and that's a whole separate situation. Yeah. But I have to sit back and recognize what's going on around me, and I feel like it's just because people in our community don't want to take responsibility for some of the things we do.
That's right. Well, the thing is, I think they've done it for so long that in their minds, they've already justified it. They've already justified it. They feel like they justified for mistreating folks and doing certain things to people. And I don't find it cool. Lel say, imagine how doodly you gotta be
I
for
know.
somebody to call you transphobic after insulting you. Thank you.
I didn't even think about that. That is a great point.
Thank you. That's why I'm telling you, ever since they said it, I was just like, absolutely not. If y'all trying to tell us this a man, just say it now. Because I'm cool, but let us know. So that way, if you do assault somebody, we know exactly what kind of charges you need. Straight up. It is disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting. Daphne say, thank you. It's so disappointing how most Robyn riders be dark-skinned women. Straight up. And this lady don't like y'all. She ain't got no love for you. And it's like, for me, I grew up in the house with a dark-skinned sister. And I saw how they treated my sister. Yes, Mia looked transgender, and Robyn is very masculine. Sure is. But I saw how they treated my sister. And I don't like the fact that people will pretend like it's not a real issue. It's a real issue. It's a problem. And the fact that this show really made it to the forefront because, you know, it's a lot of folks in that part of the country, in that region, who have that complexion. You know what I'm saying? And so you got this mix of Black girls and women who are Black adjacent or clear adjacent mixed in this cast that we're seeing it play out. And I don't like the fact that I can't say that Bravo doesn't address it. You can never expect people who are on the outside of your community to address your inner community issues. But I feel like once you start seeing those of us that's watching pointing it out, like you playing in our face that y'all not addressing it, or that nobody is holding anybody accountable, and the fact that a lot of the fans are really okay with it is what bugs me. It's like, yeah. I'm tired of people acting like y'all don't know what it is. Y'all know what it is.
You really do, especially when, I guess, because, you know, this is reality TV, but like this also is a program that has HR. This is a job. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you know, Wendy does her things, but I'm like, I love seeing that these two women, I feel like they're the women who are using the platform the best. And you know, people are like, oh my God, Wendy's boring me. Da, da, da. I'm like, she's doing it smart. Now she needs to take care of that postpartum shutting. But I'm like, you get on this platform and you see what you can make out of it. That doesn't mean to not within reason, but you don't sit on here, Ashley, Robyn, for almost 7 years before you do something. In this day and age, you don't do that.
Yeah, use it for something. Yeah.
Yeah. And like I can, and this is where again, my secret squirrel, I can go up for her in the sense of that she's always said this platform will use me, so I'm going to use it. And yet you see these light-skinned women, and like this is it. Like Giselle had a whole makeup line that went bankrupt, and she never talked about it afterwards. What is that? Who gets to do that? Who gets to have a business on a reality TV show and we just never talk about it when it disappears and goes on clearance and Target?
Now,
but yet it was a whole storyline.
But I will say this. I feel like there's a different energy toward Karen. I do. I feel like they see Karen as a little bit blacker than them.
Yes. Oh.
And you can tell because they tried their hardest to trash Karen. They tried to trash Karen's business, even though she done made it. You know, her stuff is still on sale. You can go buy LaDom. And they tried their best, like, it ain't working, it ain't yours, it ain't on sale. Whatever happened to LaDom? Whatever, when can we get about? And now she's selling, and now y'all quiet. I really feel like on some level that they really see Karen as blacker than them. And I'm not sure exactly how. I'm trying to put that together in my head to understand what the difference is.
No, I see you with this one, because my thing is, they are very comfortable making fun of Karen. They're very comfortable when Karen's trying to do something to minimize it. And I think that's something that you can see transferred to the other women of a different hue. I think there is something of kind of like, you know, there's not the light eyes, and you know, you see the rest of the family. I see family that might have like purposely, you know, married lighter skinned people continuously. Yeah. But you know, you can see that it is, you know, a light-skinned Black woman, mostly. You know, there's some European in there, but not 68%.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And then let me address one tall girl, because I didn't want to skip past her comment.
Yes.
Said, I think you need to be clear about biracial and full Black people, not adjacent. This creates confusion in people trying to add anyone who's not fully that to the Black. Well, see, this is the thing. I never make any bones about it. You being clear adjacent or Black adjacent ain't Black. Like I don't know how to be any clearer than that. You're either black or you're not. Okay, so once the adjacent is there, you're not black. Now you're there, but you're not black. There's some you adjacent. You're adjacent, and let's be clear. Robyn is adjacent. The majority of her admixture is not black. You are not black. Mia, you half and half. We saw your daddy sitting up there looking like Panama Jack in that picture. You are not black. Your mama's black, and like I told y'all, I feel like we seeing imitation of life. If Mia could have passed, she would have passed. I think the fact that her mama is black is irking her nerves, in my own opinion. And Daphne said exactly, they see her like Chareese. Yeah, I feel like that's how they see Karen, like you're a black lady with some money. And I think that's the thing. I understand you probably wasn't here, but that disclaimer been here for a long time on this porch. This is a B1 channel. Yeah. Black first over here. That's very clear over here. Say they tried Karen, but she's still standing. Well, most black women will.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the reason why, because people are always like, oh, Giselle's been studying them. Remember last year when they were at Williamsburg and football head was scouting out the place and saw, that bunch of white men said they were looking at Giselle. Giselle's like, no. That's because Giselle knows that there is a priority for her if she stays in the black community dating pool.
It's true.
So she would never really be checking for a white man like that, in my opinion. But with this Chris situation, how you relate that is her competition is a black woman in her eyes.
To feel like if he had an option for me, he would definitely choose me. I mean, by God, of course I'm better than her. And it's like, no, baby, you're not.
Oh, I love this conversation because I feel like people don't really get into it with Potomac, because I know it's supposed to be a show and it's supposed to be fun, but to me, I find a fun show that's still supposed to reflect some parts of life. And this is a show that has genetically biracial women, biracial women with separate parents, all kinds of dark-skinned black women, and we are seeing how the audience and the stars are interacting with that, and it does allow you to have like serious conversations about how like. No one ever like Robyn gets to like really not care. If there was a Wendy, a Monique, or a Candace who acted and had the attitude of Robyn, will they have any stand?
They would be calling her ghetto and low budget and low class and this and that. If she was black and walking around not bathing, not taking care of her appearance, throwing bootleg events with Dollar Tree tablecloths and ropes and sacks. They would have called her all kind of ghetto hood rat project babies. They'd have called her so many names. They would have called her every slur in the book.
If it was someone else, if it was a Robyn and Ashley or Giselle doing what Candace is doing, would someone be calling her broke and da-da-da, even though she's the one who's booking BT and Netflix shows and movies, going on her tour, self-financing her thing, which means she gets most of her money back from her music, going back to school. Would they be saying all these, like, so that's why I'm just like, you really do have to step back and question it and question how you are watching the show.
Well, you're right. We get to see a lot of it real time. And one tall girl, you correct as far as like the 23andMe and Ancestry.com. I don't trust nothing they say. However, we not finna sit up here and pretend like nobody ever looked at Robert Dixon and thought that was a black man. That is a whole white dude. And you not finna fool me with that. I'm sorry.
Robyn has talked about how her and her friends were on a cruise and they were hanging out with these white men and they thought they were white. And they heard these men, she said that the men were starting to talk about black women and they realized they thought they were white.
Right. Well, I feel like they neither nor, like neither black nor clear. They're just, you somewhere in the center. And guess what? There's nothing wrong with that.
Perfectly fine.
There's nothing wrong with that. I just feel like call a thing a thing. Stop parading yourself as a black woman so you can take advantage of the sickness that is colorism in our community. Please stop it. Because that's the foolishness. That's where you lose me. That's where you lose me. You are clear adjacent or black adjacent. At best, you are not a black woman, but you definitely learned young that you can benefit by calling yourself black so that you can benefit from being on a pedestal based on colorism. Like, cut it. Absolutely cut it. That's my only thing. Now, when it comes to Giselle, that's a little different. That's a little bit of a different situation. But I think some of her situation comes from, if I'm not mistaken, aren't her folks out of New Orleans? Aren't they? Isn't her mom Creole? Yeah. So
I think
that's a whole different conversation, which I'm not finna open that can of worms, but that's a whole different can of worms right there.
And yeah, I think both of them are from New Orleans. I mean, Giselle has talked about how she has an uncle that wanted to pass for white, and the family shunned him for doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand that, but that's a whole different ball. That's a whole different ball of wax. That's a whole different can of worms. And see, that's the other thing that I feel like we're not ready to have that conversation in this country. Blackness in this country is not monolithic, neither is colorism. A simple conversation like, okay, dark bad, light good, dark bad, like it's not that simple. There are too many nuances to that conversation. Too many nuances to that conversation that sometimes changes regionally, it changes state by state. Some of it changes by the family you in. So it's too many nuances to that conversation. However, I feel like with that being said, it's not an excuse to completely disregard blatant colorism that's happening in our faces. And that's what we're seeing on Potomac. Blatant colorism. They did it last season. They're doing it again this season. And what's bad is what happened between Monique and Candace. If you ask me, Team Yellow played them. They played one black girl against the other black girl to get one of them out.
Obviously. And that's why, for me, personally for me, I don't really see this as a karma situation, because Gizzard was going to do what Gizzard was going to do regardless, for one. Mm-hmm. For two, Monique allowed herself to be played because for the first half of the season, she was sitting in front of Giselle's face having lunch, throwing 1-1 parties for Ashley, high-fiving Robyn about icing candidates out. They both allow this situation to just
That's why I said they played each other. They not each other, but they both got played. That's what I'm saying. They both got played by Team Yellow. They literally sat there and pitted those girls against each other. They put them against each other to get them out. That's what they did. They pitted them against each other to get them out. You say definitely agree there needs to be a whole conversation on defining black in America. I don't feel that way now. Black is black. And I'm gonna just say that if you ain't black on all four corners, you ain't black to me, period.
Yeah, I feel like
I do believe in gatekeeping black, because I feel like we need to protect black as hard as they protect clear, because they're not gonna let you call yourself clear based on some foolishness like your great granddaddy was clear. Like they not gonna let you do that. And I feel like I'm not finna let you do it either.
One of the best examples of that situation. Yeah, I don't really know about that. But I mean, I will say for me personally, this is getting personal, like I have questions about my blackness. I went to a decent school. I mean, my friend, we were talking about, she's African American. Basically, my dad's African American, my mom's from Jamaica. And me and her were talking about how like at this school, only 4% of the students were black. Most of the students were like me. Either they were first generation, their parents, were African, came from Africa or London or whatever, or the Caribbean, all that kind of stuff, or were like half African American, half black, half I'd say like black immigrant. And so I have conversations about that, but I feel like they're still black as black. Yeah, and they used to have conversations about culture. So I don't really know how you can have another conversation about defining black.
Ain't no way to define black. Black is black. Black is black. And what tickles me is you'll never hear clear people trying to define what clear is, baby. They know what clear is, and they're gonna make sure that you clear on what clear is. You're not gonna get to call yourself clear because your great granddaddy on your auntie side was clear. You not clear. You're not gonna be able to put that on your driver's license and nothing else. So for me, I don't care where you're from in the world, black is black. And either you're black or you're not. It's that simple. You black or you not. The fact that your mama from Jamaica, if she's a black woman from Jamaica and she's not an Indian lady from Jamaica or a Chinese lady from Jamaica or a clear woman from Jamaica, and your mama's a black woman from Jamaica and your dad is a black man, then you're black. Like there's nothing else to figure out.
Yeah.
Other than your menu for the week. Like that, what else are you figuring?
Oh, my menu for the week. Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
You already ate earlier. Now you're bring up.
But I'm just saying, like literally, when we start getting into culture and tradition, that's something different. To me, culture and tradition is a beautiful conversation among black folks. That's beautiful when you can come together and And hey, we cook this, we do that, we believe in this. This is what we do for this holiday. This is what we celebrate. This is what y'all celebrate. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. But black is black.
Yeah, black's black. Which is why, I was I feel like there's a reason why I act like she's talked about how Michael looks like her father, but I just do find it interesting that like she's only ever said she was biracial when Candace brought up the whole, I didn't cry and scream when you brought up my hair, but you cry and scream because I called you wide body. And then she was like, I know I have privilege as a light-skinned biracial woman. Da, 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 da. I'm like, well, if you know it, then why are you acting surprised when people are saying there's colorism on this show?
Mm-hmm. Child, because people like to talk out both sides of their neck. 1 minute they acknowledge the privilege, the next minute it doesn't exist.
And this is why I can't fool with Football Head, because people always ask. Football Head was the one on Twitter telling Candace to cut off her strings from her mom and talking about your hair is dry hay and all kinds of crazy stuff. And then when Candace responded, she deleted them.
Yeah, that's kind of what them people do now.
So there's something. It just allows them to have a little weird energy.
Those aggressions. That's that aggressive behavior. That's that aggressive behavior again, and you, like I said, ain't no point in us beating a dead horse, but we know clearly that aggression is okay from a certain set of people on this cast, and anything else will be considered aggression from the people who actually look black on the cast. That's all. Good night, little girl. We all finna go to bed. We don't been running our mouths for a minute. Oh, child, these conversations be getting deep. We get in here, get to talking, and I look up like 3 hours. Oh, hell no. Oh, my God, Kat, thank you so much for kicking it with. Listen, I love when people can come up and talk and just talk. And that ain't against nobody who be talking in the chat. I don't mind reading y'all comments. I appreciate y'all, too. But I love when people can come talk, especially when you got ideas and stuff, because I like to hear that stuff. Because, see, sometimes when I read it in the chat, I might not read it right, or I might not get exactly what you're giving me. Mm-hmm.
Yes, thank you for sharing your platform with me, and thank you, chat, for having me, letting me ramble.
Child, look, I'm happy. I'm happy you came up. Like, you're welcome anytime. Everybody's welcome, but they just don't ever hit the link. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it.
The first time I hit it on anyone's platform, because I got used. It's been a year now, but it's so fun because I haven't done my own YouTube channel, but it's very fun to build a community with everyone, share your ideas, and rant about like the crazy things we be watching on TV together.
You got to get it out. And it's good to get it out with people to understand where you're coming from, and they're not going to be offended at every little thing you say. Because y'all know we don't do this on the porch. Everybody get to talk and say what they got to say. Long as you're respectful, we good to go. Hey, Vaughn. All right. So listen, y'all, please. Lala says, exactly, I'm exclusively black. My mama's black. My dad is black. Both sets of grandparents black. That's it. That's all. I know that's right. Same here. Hey, Latavia. So listen, y'all, we finna get up out of here. I'm getting ready to beg y'all to hit that button. If you ain't already hit it, please hit it. That's the like button. The like button it is. Hit the like button. It's free. It won't cost you a thing. Hit the notification bell and make sure you click all so you'll know every time we go live over here on this good porch. Okay, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed. Okay, and make sure that you share this video. Somebody else might need a laugh or whatever. You never know. All right. So anyway, I'll go ahead and holler at y'all a little bit later. Kai, tell these good folks good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, y'all. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.